All right, guys, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if the sound is good, if my voice is too high. We got our old school OBS set up here. I got my floating head. We got some fun overlays we can do in a second. Let me make sure everything's running smooth on the other end of this. There we go. What's up, JP, Arif, A+, Rex, Martin, Day? Let me know about how my sound is. We're going to have to update the stream a little bit later, but for now, we're good. Oh, all right, guys. So today we have PPI inflation data and jobless claims at 8:30. We got a timer up there, like right there. We got the timer right here. So we'll see what that shows up as. It's a pretty important day. The Q slightly green. You can kind of see it's slightly green on the day. SPY's pretty green at 598. So will it hit 600 today? The NASDAQ slightly green as well. And we're just kind of just following suit there. Can y'all hear the... Oh, yeah. Let me get the music playing here. Hold on. Y'all let me know if the music is too loud because it might be. This should work. Here. All right, let me know if you can hear that. Let me know if it's too loud, if you think I need to turn it down. It should be the same as my other stream, really. Like, it should be exactly the same. Yeah. What's up, Beach? Alright, we're here. We got floating head John, and the cool thing is like I can move myself over here if I need to be, and I can like weatherman and like look at this area over here. I can put myself over here next to the timer, which is good, you know. I can float around down here, you know. If I wanted to swim that way, you know. I want to go this way, you know. I can swim around. The good thing about the floating head is it's hilarious, number one, but number two, it also is practical, right? Like I can put whatever charts up here and trade it. Yeah. Everybody speaks about the Dixie keep going higher and higher. Yeah, but you got to make sure not to sensationalize it. Like, there's going to be a lot of people who want the dollar index to fail. They want the dollar to fail. They want the U.S. to fail, you know. And as the Dixie goes down or up, typically the Dixie going up is indicative of strong economy. Like, when the economy's strong and people have optimism regarding the economy, the dollar index can go up. Now, it also can signal inflation. But again, I think I showed you this yesterday. If we look at the Dixie right now, we're not even at the highs of the last 2 years. Like, we are, you know, the highs of the last 2 years are right around this level here, right around like what, like 107.40s. So we're underneath that. We didn't even hit that this morning. So it's not even including like the lifetime high of the dollar index. So it's not at a panic level yet. And again, if the dollar index goes up but the inflation doesn't, then we're actually at an okay spot. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, the entertainment value is peak. Hey, that's what we're here for. Honestly, y'all, a lot of y'all don't even know these. So during the GameStop and AMC days, we had the floating head. I also have some really fun overlays that I'll show you guys later that are absolutely hilarious. These overlays are funny. Look, I'll give you guys a peek of one right now. Let me see if I can put it up. Hold on. I got you guys. Hold on. Let me see. And they're funny. They're funny. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta like there's some really funny ones. There really are. Hold on. Let me find it. I wasn't gonna break this out until later, but let me see. gotta figure out how to do it. Hold on. I got to. Hold on, I gotta find myself. Oh wait, here it is right here. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got it. Bear with me, guys. This is good, but it's gonna be worth the wait. Watch this. Ready? It's gonna be magic. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Aha! I'm a wizard, guys. I have like another one that's like an eagle. I'll have to do too, but I gotta hang out here. I'm the wizard of the stock market. I think I called myself the Wizard of Stonks about 3 years ago. Cheers to you guys. Apparently I have 3 hands as well, but I also have a bunch of fun other, like a bunch of other overlays that are hilarious. They're good. They're good. Look, I could play with this all day on OBS. Like honestly, I have a green screen and I can play with this thing all day. And so, yeah, stick around. We're gonna have fun with this later for sure. But we'll hide the wizard from now on, and then Right. Yeah, we'll hide the wizard from now on. There we go. I'll put myself back to a reasonable, normal floating head. Is the market gonna go up? Hey, good morning, chat. Yeah, so again, Q is up slightly today. We got some stock market news. Let's talk about it. The big news today is PPI inflation data. And that's the news that everybody's going to be paying attention to today, is inflation data. You know, I'm not going to use StreamYard anymore. So we're going to just, this is fine. Like, I know how to run OBS. I know how to use OBS. Like, and there's some cool stuff that I can do on OBS that's actually much cooler than like what I do on StreamYard. StreamYard, really restricts you from doing all this cool stuff. It makes it really professional looking, and that's great, but it really restricts you from like having fun, putting overlays up, like doing green screens, like all kind of stuff. So it's just not worth it. I would rather have fun with it and just toy around with some of the stuff and play with it. So what's up, Faye Martin? All right, so I'm looking at some news here. Burberry CFO says they see small green shoots in a tough Chinese market. Disney posted earnings this morning. So I forgot Walt Disney posted earnings this morning. I will put this up on the screen really quick. So Walt Disney did post earnings today. Walt Disney did post earnings today. Yeah, so Walt Disney did post earnings today. I'm going to put these up on screen so you can see it. Walt Disney posted 114 EPS versus 110 expected. Revenue of revenue of 22.57 billion. They expected 22.45 billion. If we look at Disney right here on the middle chart, Disney ripping up almost a 110 right now. And honestly, guys, I've told you guys this before. Anytime Disney dips to like 90, 95, 100 bucks, it's usually a good time to buy it. I'm not telling you to buy anything because I have no freaking idea what Disney's gonna do. But in general, when Disney moves up to that spot, it typically bounces back eventually. Not always. Nothing's 100% in anything, but in general, when Disney bounces back to that level, Big head and shoulder on the QQQ chart. Hey, listen. That's what we're here for, sir. Up super early, dude. Nice work. If you're ugly, the floating head doesn't work. Yeah, you got to be devastatingly handsome and humble and good looking and the greatest stock market mind of the 2-week period. Amazon now at 215.70s here, chat. Amazon at 215.70s. But I think I appreciate the compliment. You know, with everybody always insulting me, I appreciate it. You know, from the kindness of my invisible heart. Okay, I appreciate it. From the bottom of my invisible heart, I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Disney up there. The Q at 513s. The only thing that it's going to be harder for me on OBS is guests. Bringing guests on the stream, we're usually going to have to use some type of conferencing software. So I think if I have a guest on stream, I'm going to have to dig in the floating head. Hey, nice. Yeah, you might remember these days, Tiny. A lot of people don't understand. So my channel got big during AMC GameStop. One of the prime features of my channel during this period of time is the floating head Wizard of Stonks, as well as like the banning wizard will come out. So we have like a banning wizard that will come out. You know, if somebody gets mean, you know, we'll ban them. Don't just be mean just to see the wizard come out though, because that's no fun. Like, just let it'll happen organically, probably. Or if they spam, we'll ban them. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of what it looks like if we have to ban somebody. How dare you? You know, and we make the head big, we yell at them, we boot them out of the stream forever, and yeah. Look at that. You can see the redness in my beard. Like, I don't know what the you see the redness? Everybody doesn't realize I've got that Irish beard. You know, I've got that red beard, that Irish beard. Sounds like a nickname. Anyways. Whoa, I messed up my screen when I snapped. There we go. Alright. And I'm not saying we're never gonna go back to StreamYard. We might, but just for a couple days, we're gonna play with old school stream. Yeah, for sure. I remember the GameStop run. Yeah, GameStop ran. A lot of craziness happened. It was fun. Yeah, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna do a poll right now. Are you bullish or bearish? Or how about so PPI expected today at 0.2%. 1.8% is what it should have put last time year over year. We also have jobless claims unemployment filings expected at 220K. All right, so we got a pretty good poll. So we said we kind of gave you guys the expectations. So we said today PPI is expected at 0.2%. Jobless claims are expected at 220K. Are you bullish or bearish? All right. Yeah, let me know. Are you bullish or bearish, chat? Uncle Smokey. I remember Uncle Smokey. He was good, man. He covered MMAT a lot. Is he around anymore? You see a lot of guys, like, get big and then fall off. It's a hard life on YouTube, bro. It really is. It's not easy. Is he not around anymore? Oh. Big MMAC streamer. I don't know what happened to him. Let's look at that. You think you're smart until you gotta spell uncle. You know? I've been spelling it UNKLE. Uncle Smokey, Uncle Smokey. I can't find him. Oh, he evolved his channel. So the IKEA store owner invests 1.6 billion in energy efficient improvements, guys. So the current president also put out something that said that they are, what did they just drop? I just had it up, that they're going to end EV. It's really interesting because Elon got all click tight. Man, look at Supermicro Semiconductors, guys. Wow. Supermicro Semiconductors down to 1780s. I've been telling people this is a dumpster fire. Disney might break highs. Here's the NASDAQ here. We'll put the NQ up. We are going to day trade today as well, chat. We made some money on one. We lost some money on one. But basically, the president's saying he's going to end EV credits, electric vehicle credits, like tax advantages. So yeah. Good morning. We have the opportunity again today. Yes, sir. Bought some ex-veterans Army guys. I don't remember buying any Army guys. I'm trying to think of all the guests I had. I had Caitlin. We had Tony. We had Caitlin, Tony, Eric. We had Joel. We had Caitlin, Tony, Eric, Joel. There's a bunch of them. I'm trying to. I can't remember all of them. But we had like Caitlin, Eric, Tony, Joel. Pawn would come on sometimes. Look at Supermicro though. Super weak, honestly, guys. Super weak. Speaking of AMC, look at Supermicro Semiconductors. Super weak. Just crashing down this morning. Let's see if there's any news related to it, man. So I'm seeing some reports that says the stock market is in denial after inflation. Why investors face a shock ahead, according to Barron's. Oh, we had the Army guy, the chart prime guy. I can't remember his name. He was cool. Yeah. Remove EV. Right, 100% straight. 100%. I'm just slightly bearish today, but I couldn't tell you exactly why. I don't think I'll be anything. I think eventually we're going to start correcting to the downside. I don't think this run can last forever. I think eventually we're going to start coming back down some. Now, the question is when that is, and timing is not the most predictable thing. I don't like this song. It's too screechy. But timing, this is not the easiest thing, right? So, again, I think eventually we're going to start coming back down. I think Supermicro Semiconductors can kind of spark it. Right now, the NASDAQ is completely flat in the futures market, like completely sideways flat, like not moving at all, completely sideways, not doing anything. And yeah, we'll see what happens here, chat. We'll see what happens, but it's completely sideways flat right now. So looking at our poll numbers, we asked people today, PPI is expected, jobless claims are expected. Are you bullish or bearish? 49% are bullish, 38% are bearish, 13% just wanted to see results. I'm bleeding so much money on super micro semiconductors. It's not fair. Why are you investing so much money into it, bro? It's super risky, brother. I've been telling everybody that. I don't want anybody to copy me necessarily, but it's hella risky. And I think that's very clear, very obvious. It's so risky. Where's Bitcoin up? We were talking at Jiu-Jitsu yesterday about Bitcoin potentially breaking lifetime highs. Bitcoin got up to almost 94,000 roughly yesterday. At least Bitcoin futures did. Taking a look at Bitcoin here. Let's put this up. Bitcoin at 92.8 thousand. So, or 90, yeah, got up to like 92 point something early this morning. Yesterday hit futures highs of 94, roughly 94. I missed that screen when you talked about it. Yeah. Trading and fair don't belong in the same sentence. It's crazy where you live and to invest money in something that can give us crazy returns for doing nothing. 100%. Right. A lot of people misunderstand this. They truly do. The stock market, guys, is incredibly consistent. Honestly, when you think about how much inflation happens, though, Ty, it's kind of like an even trade, right? Like, basically, our money is going to get devalued over time because of, like, supply and demand and business and inflation. And so, because of that, we have this tool that can hedge against those losses and actually make us more in the long run. And so I think that's why I'm a big believer, obviously, of just long-term value investing in DCAing into index funds. It's the single best thing that you can do to protect your future financially over a long period of time, meaning over a decade plus. It's the single best thing you can do to protect your future financially long-term. Yeah. So looking at the Bitcoin price. So Bitcoin price currently is at 91.3s. It hit highs yesterday of lifetime highs yesterday of almost 93,000. Didn't quite touch 93K, but got very, very close. Got up to 92.962 thousand. And so, you know, almost 93,000 for Bitcoin. Supermicro semiconductors breaking down. Disney had earnings. It's fallen deep here. The Nasdaq just technically went red on the day as well, chat. So the Nasdaq just technically went red on the day. We'll see what happens. I gotta put the chat up so like a different screen here. Hold on, let me pop out chat. Lesson learned, let it roll. Well, the way you trade markets long term is very simple. In theory, you're supposed to hold forever, right? And I know, like, but that in theory you're supposed to hold forever. You're supposed to buy and never sell, never touch it, build generational wealth from it. It needs to be there's a couple specific features of this. Again, I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Always do your own assessment. Do not listen to the talking head on your screen right now, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Always make your own assessment. I do trade off stream. You're not going to see all my trades. I don't even claim to be a good investor or trader. Do not copy me. Now, with all that said and out the way, if you don't invest your money long time, you lose it. You know, like I hear people sitting on $20, $30, $40, $50,000 in cash, and they just don't do anything with it. They're just sitting on cash. The single worst thing you could ever do, right? Like even if you're retiring imminently, right? Like imminently retiring, right? You can always buy, you can buy bonds. You can buy short-term bonds. Buy a 6-month bond. You'll make 5% annualized, and you'll be able to at least earn something off of your money, versus sitting on cash. You know, the only way you shouldn't is if you have to retire imminently. But if you're not retiring imminently, the best move is to buy blue chip stocks, index funds. Make sure you select them correctly. This is not mid-cap stocks. This is not penny stocks. This is not speculative like growth stocks. This is long-term legacy blue chip companies that have been around for decades, that have great revenue, great EPS, great margins, great trends. And really, if you want to be easier, this is what I tell my wife. My wife's been asking me some money about some stuff, about like her retirement account. I told her the same thing. I said, look, easiest way to do it is just DCA into index funds long term. Like regardless of whether we get crashes occasionally or corrections in the market or bear markets or anything like that, you're going to earn roughly 8 to 10% a year on average. And some years you're going to lose money, but the good years like last year and this year in the stock market compensate for it. So it's something that you should just have ingrained in you if you like finance. this should be very, very clear. If you want to take some risk management, if you want to take some other risks, crypto, crypto, I was explaining it to somebody at my gym. Crypto is a little bit riskier, but the reward is has a much greater reward potential, right? And so, it's a little bit riskier. I wouldn't say, and when I say a little bit, it's substantially riskier. But if you're a believer in it, you understand the technology, and I think the future is this. It's a pretty good bet, I think. But again, not an investment professional. I have no idea what crypto is going to do. PPI inflation data is the producer price index. CPI is the consumer price index. It's how much prices are rising for consumers. PPI inflation data is the other end of that on the producer business side. So PPI inflation data is how much prices are rising specifically for businesses, for producers specifically, right? So this is how much prices are rising on a wholesale level for businesses. It's another gauge of inflation. We also have jobless claims unemployment dropping right here at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. CPI showed up yesterday at 0.2%, completely flat as expected. So CPI showed up yesterday. Tomorrow we have retail sales. So tomorrow we have retail sales. Yesterday we had CPI inflation data. There's two sides of the inflation token, two sides of the inflationary coin, if you will. One of them is CPI. It's how much prices are rising for us consumers. The other one is PPI, how much prices are rising on a wholesale level for businesses, and really not even on a wholesale level altogether. Yes, that's a factor of it, but just on a business side, how much prices are rising for businesses. They both gauge inflation in different ways, and the market typically respects CPI a little bit more, but it does watch PPI, and PPI can have an influence over markets as well. Is Palantir a blue chip company? I would say yes, Palantir is, simply because it's been added to... wasn't it added to the S&P? But I still think it's speculative and it's risky, right? So when I say I want legacy companies, when I'm talking about this investment strategy, you can take a majority of your positions should be index funds, legacy companies, long-term proven inflation hedges like gold, silver, the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, real estate investment trust, maybe a rental property or two. That should be your base portfolio. Now, if you want to take 10% of it and stick it into growth companies like Palantir that are growing massively, but that are newer, ultimately the risk is much higher, and you got to have a tighter stop loss on those, in my opinion. They're not those that, there's a chance that Palantir turns and just completely gives a lot of it back. I don't think the chance is very high. I think Palantir is a very strong company, but there's a larger chance than something like Apple or Walmart or something like that, right? Except for maybe there's some technology implications for Walmart, but that's a different story. But the point is, Palantir is a good growth company, but it's a little bit riskier than I would. It's big risk, big reward though. The reward potential is higher on Palantir as well. And honestly, I've made a lot on Palantir this year, to be real. So I made a bunch on Palantir this year. Palantir's up to $60. It's had a crazy run, but something that runs this big typically gives it back eventually as well. Not all of it, but I think it'll probably make a correction back down to 45 is what my guess is. 45 is what I think it's going to correct back down to eventually, and then maybe it goes back up. I don't know, but I like Palantir. I really do. You look so funny on screen. We are floating head, John. Cheers to you guys. Yeah, StreamYard. Again, StreamYard died on me on the biggest stream I ever do. Biggest stream I ever do is CPI inflation data, right? We ended up getting 24,000 views yesterday, so I can't really complain too much, but it died on me on my most important stream. How dare you, StreamYard? And honestly, there's more fun stuff that I can do on OBS anyway. OBS is what I started with. Again, if you've watched my channel since the GameStop AMC squeeze days, you might remember these type of streams. So I got a lot of stuff I could play with OBS with. I know a lot of little tricks on OBS too. I still have to kind of soup up my text and disclaimers and stuff, but yeah. Yeah, OBS is good because you can do all the stuff. I can do this floating head. There's even more stuff that I showed him earlier. Look, you want to see something? You ready, guys? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Ha! All right, guys. So again, the Nasdaq is sitting there right around 1170, 170 here. Just pull it back. You can see this light blue line right here. This light blue line is the previous closing price. This light blue line is the previous closing price on this middle chart. We'll see if it holds. You know, this is the red to green level right here on the chart. And so we'll see if it holds. You know, Dogecoin millionaire. Honestly, Dogecoin has been running lately, guys. So Dogecoin has been running some. Dogecoin's up to what now? Let me see. I gotta look this up. Where's Dogecoin at? Dogecoin at 40 cents a share, bro. 40 cents a share. Wow, that's impressive. It's up there. I'm sure my jiu-jitsu instructor's happy. Like one of my main teachers in jiu-jitsu loves Dogecoin. He said he's holding like 900 of them or something, which is, to him, is a lot. So I wonder how much he's up on this. So if I have 900 shares and I make what, 30 cents a share, I have just earned 300 bucks. Small size, but still, it's fun to see other people invested in crypto. Yeah, he's not quite up 40. I think he's probably up. I don't know where he got in. We got Big Papa Jerome Powell speaking today as well here, chat. All right, I gotta put the wizard up here, guys. All fun must come to an end. We gotta put the wizard up. All fun must come to an end. Anyway, Supermicro Semiconductors down big. Look at Supermicro. Down big here, chat. Down big. See what's happening today, but Supermicro Semiconductors down big. Will he do it all over again? I don't know, man. So I found Uncle Smokey's channel. I was talking about him earlier. Yeah, Supermicro looking super weak. I'm not touching it. Oh, I guess a pun intended, I guess. It really, a pun wasn't intended, but I'm just going to pretend it was. Supermicro Semiconductors looking super, super bad today. Not looking good for Supermicro. We'll see if it holds, but man, looking rough. Bitcoin created a new position. Did that really happen, Faye? Did that really happen? Because if he's working with Elon, it's actually very plausible that it was an intentional thing for Doge, pumping Doge up. Yeah, magic. Brit, you know, listen. We're the Wizard of Stonks is my name. Stock market and futures trading is my game, you know. We try. Yeah, I don't know. Supermicro looking sketchy, to be honest here. I'm nervous about it. See, I can hear my accent when I say about it, right? People think it's like a city accent, and it is, but again, like, I'm from like an hour away from New Orleans, and so that's the city accent you hear if you hear it. It's not like, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I don't have, like, people hear I'm from Louisiana and they wonder why my country accent isn't like heavier. And it's more so just because I'm from the city in Louisiana, you know. Wow, that's crazy, Faye. And I guess that's why Doge is up. I got good news all around today, so I'm in a cheery mood. But again, the new president says he's going to end electric car subsidies. You know, Detroit used to be, and again, I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm very neutral politically. Anything that's good for the U.S., though, I support it, right? As is most things, I agree with some. I disagree with a lot, too. And so, yeah, we're just going to avoid being... Yeah, Supermicro Semiconductors, here's the problem, Sultan, is that Supermicro Semiconductors, within the next few days, it's got like 2 or 3 days to do this. Look at the NASDAQ dump here. NASDAQ just dipped under the previous closing price. It's falling. It's right at this triple bottom that we see on the chart right here. Look at this triple bottom. So the problem is that the what was I gonna say? Yeah, Supermicro Semiconductors is having an issue here. The thing with accountants, right? Accountants do not want to put their name on something that they think is sketchy. And so what happened was that they tried to get an accountant to do their numbers, Ernst & Young. And Ernst & Young, you looked at their books and said, hey, there's some sketchy, shady things going on here. We're gonna respectfully decline not to work with Supermicro Semiconductors, right? Once that happened, no other accounting firm wants to touch them with a 10-foot pole. Like, none of them want to mess with Supermicro Semiconductors, and it's caused this massive downfall from them. The other risk is now getting delisted from the major exchanges, because Supermicro Semiconductors needs that auditor. It needs somebody to look at their books and do their books, but they can't find one that's willing to do it now, especially not in this short period of time. I think they need it to not get delisted for like a few days. They need it for like 2 or 3 days, and no auditor right now is willing to touch it. And so it's a really tough time for Supermicro Semiconductors. And again, this is not the first time. Pawn sent me something from 2018, from 6 years ago. Supermicro Semiconductors got in trouble for the same exact thing. You know, bad, unorganized, weird books, right? They got charged for it historically. So do not check out. How dare you? How dare you, only NASDAQ trading, try to... Hold on. Only NASDAQ trading, how dare you try to scam people selling your signal service here. Nobody buy his signals. They're horrible. Do not buy signals from anybody like this. They're going to pretend that they're great. They're going to give you a tiny risk level, or they're going to give you a huge risk level and a tiny reward target, so you'll make money and keep coming back to them thinking you're making money, but really when you lose, you'll lose everything. How dare you try to scam my viewers. You are now banned for life. I never want to see your face here again. Alright, was that good? It's been a while since I banned somebody in that way. It's been a while. How dare you? Banned for life. Banned for life. Like anybody selling signals is just scamming you. I'm okay with algorithmic signals, like programs and software. That's fine. But somebody else, like paying somebody else to tell you, like most of the time they're using the algorithmic ones themselves. So it's like they're buying subscriptions of these others, and they're just trying to make some money on top of it. It's just a scam, unfortunately. Was that perfect? Okay, good. The Wizard of Oz. Disney reported earnings. Yeah. Disney reported earnings. They posted 114 EPS versus 110 expected. Revenue of 22.57 versus 22.45 expected. Floating head? That looks weird, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Listen, I mean, I'm doing what I gotta do over here. You know, I just thought to myself, I said, what would make my stream really cool? Possibly the greatest day trading stream of all time ever. And I came to this conclusion. It needed a floating head, John. And we can make it larger, smaller. But again, look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ completely flat right here. I can also weatherman it too. Like, look, the NASDAQ completely flat right here. You see this previous closing price, this light blue line? That's the red to green level. That's where it goes from red to green, green to red. It completely flat on the day. Completely flat. Banned for life. Do you think it's going to be a green day for Palantir? I don't know. I think Palantir's up so much. Like, Palantir, guys, was at $5.84 at the start of 2023. $5.84. It's now at $61 a share. 61.40s. Crazy gains for Palantir. Crazy gains. I don't know if that's sustainable. I think eventually it's going to correct. But we've seen crazier AI runs with stuff like NVIDIA. Bitcoin also getting close to breaking highs. I think it's all good for tech in general. So... Alright, guys, we still got a little bit over an hour. I'm just glad you guys like my updated stream. Let's get Topstep X up here. We're gonna be trading on Topstep X. We made some money yesterday, lost some money on an account. Yeah, okay, cool. Bitcoin been flying up there too, man. Look at Bitcoin up there. Yeah, here's the NASDAQ 100 futures contract. I'm gonna put it like right here so it doesn't block too much out. So there's the NASDAQ, it's trying. Here's super micro semiconductors looking super, super weak. Somebody was sending a lot of hearts. Did I miss some donations or something? Hold on. Y'all yell at me if I did. I don't think I did. Let me see. Did I miss? No, I don't think I did. Okay, good. Let me just restore the chat, and I'll put this up over here so you guys can see it. There we go. So looking at our poll numbers here, 58% are bullish, 31% are bearish. 58 bullish, 41% bearish. You think the short to medium term? Let's take a look at gold here, chat. So we're gonna take a look at gold. Let me pull this over here. So there's Bitcoin at the top. Bitcoin getting close to all-time highs. Here's gold. Gold at 2560s right now. 2560s. So gold has had a tough pullback time. I mean, but gold's been up big on the year, right? So gold has been basically dipping since the 5th on election day. Gold's been coming back down since the 5th. So since election day, gold hasn't been obviously doing great. Yeah. So since the 5th, gold's just been a little struggle. Fix that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna day trade today too, so stick around, guys. We're gonna day trade too. Really, we're gonna look for some chop, but if it's too easy of predictable chop, all right, we're gonna take 2 contracts here. Just 2. All right, we're slightly green. We've been trying to trade larger. We really have. So we've been trying to trade larger. All right, we took some off here. I don't know if we were able to profit. Let's see. No, we got out flat on the rest. Boo. That's a big pop. We're gonna cut that and get out. We have been trading larger. Watch my videos until you realize you need to follow my signals. Trust me, bro. A beacon of trust in a world that's untrustworthy. That's my new catchphrase. Guys, a beacon of trust in an untrusty world. Untrustworthy world. Yeah, there you go. A beacon of trust in an untrustworthy world. John, beginner trading. Alright. Again, market's ripping up a little bit. Me buying that dip was bad. Look at the 200 EMA, though. Honestly, I'm going to start trading off of this because it's super, super predictable. Right, so we're going to short this now. We got a major resistance level above us. We might add one to it. We're taking larger size here in this funded account. There you go. We're up 20. Honestly, what I realized yesterday is that my trading after the opening bell is much better. Much better. I'll add a little bit more to it. So if this trade doesn't work out, I'm just gonna cut it and we'll come back after the open. The range is still pretty slight, pretty small. Depends on what we think the Nasdaq's gonna do. We got a big resistance level above us, but man, this is a run. Look at this run. 65, 45. I would have cut half. I just don't like it. It's too risky. Might be the best move. Sometimes you'll see me like get out and be risk averse. So like if we're down big on a position and we retrace a little bit, I'll cover a piece of it just to protect it some. I gotta give it some time though on the rest because I think this resistance level could hold. The only problem though is if it rips over, it's gonna rip big, but I do want to give it a little bit of time here. This is a 50K funded account on Apex, or no, on Topstep. I'm sorry. Again, I like all of them, but Topstep's the best one in the world. Are you wearing clothes? You know, I need a body for that. I don't really have a body right now, you know. Oh, I got a body, but no. What are clothes, bro? I don't even know what clothes are. Yeah, Topstep's great. Topstep, they give you a demo. They test your skill with it. If you pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for it. It's just a really good way to learn how to day trade. Trading is about learning how to trade under pressure. Trading is about learning how to trade when something's on the line. And most traders, what they try to do is they try to go from a demo account just immediately to a funded account, right? And there's a different pressure level. Like if you try to take the same strategies, the same size on a funded account that you take in a demo account. All right, so we're gonna add to this. I like the wick fill. Then again, if you do that, you're setting yourself up for a lot of risk, like a lot of risk. I'm gonna take half off now. So we just basically protected the trade. And so again, Topstep gives you a demo in the futures market. I'm basically day trading the QQQ price action here. So the price action I'm day trading is essentially the QQQ price action. No PDT rule in futures. You can day trade short, buy market, sell market. The patterns are very, very similar to like blue chip stock patterns, but the risk that you take is noticeably less. In this case, if I lose the challenge, I lose 50 bucks. It's not the end of the world versus me funding my own account, losing thousands. It just doesn't make any sense. And again, if you want to check it out, here's the link. Great way to help support the channel. So we're slightly green here, slightly green. We're going to try to let this trade work for us here. We're in a choppy market. We're up about 40 on this last piece. There we go, 40. 45. We'll go and cut the rest there. All right, so we made some of it back. That's good. Yeah, so GG. So the thing about futures, most day traders lose. It doesn't matter where you go, what course you take, who you follow. Most day traders are about to lose, right? It's generally just a lot cheaper to lose on Topstep, and if you pass it, you got to think of it like a souped up demo. If you pay for real-time data in a demo account in futures, it's probably going to cost roughly the same as Topstep, but if you pass the test, oh, look at this huge dip I missed out on. Wow. Monster dip. It hurts, guys, just a little bit. It's a dagger to my invisible heart today. A dagger to my invisible heart. You don't love to see it, guys. You don't love to see it. A dagger to my invisible heart, chat. I gotta find my disclaimer. I don't know what I did with my disclaimer. It's somewhere here. It's not manipulation. I mean, this isn't manipulation at all. This is actually really predictable price action. And so, like, look, this isn't manipulation at all. Like, look, this is the most predictable price action you can get. Again, we're ahead of economic data. We're ahead of big economic data. So what does the market do? The market trends sideways, up, down, neutrally. Very flat, very boring, very sideways. I can draw a line straight through it. Very boring, easy. It's completely flat. It's boring. So that's all this is. And remember, guys, Topstep is an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. You know, yeah. Fine. I gotta find my disclaimer. I know I got it on the other end, but where's my disclaimer? There it is. I found it. See if I can crop this thing. Not that. I want to crop that. I want to crop this. Oh well, here, this is good. Download. Is Paul? Bro. Because Paul, if your signals were good, you wouldn't be selling them, and then you would instead be making money from them without telling anybody. And so the single fact that you're trying to sell signals to people, again, brother, like, you know what you're doing. You're just buying them from somebody else. You're buying them from some type of indicator service, and then you're using that to try to charge a premium for them, just kind of scamming people. And I get it, that, like, might be your way of making money. It's sleazy, though, brother. It's sleazy, though. Good day to you, sir. I'm just going to keep banning you. I mean, you can take the time. It'll give my stream content. Scoot. It'll give my stream content, and it's just going to take you a long time to create fake accounts. So, I mean, good day to you, sir. All right, good day to you, sir. Hold on, wait. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's my disclaimer. Okay, I got my disclaimer up. Good. All right. Yeah, I mean, you can keep creating accounts, but how dare you? Hold on, wait. I got some music for this. I did build some music. How dare you come to my stream and try to sell your sketchy signal service to everybody here? How dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself. Never show your face here again, or you'll be banned for life again, I guess. All right. Was that good? Right? Hold on, wait. Was that good? Guys, could y'all hear the wizard music? I tried to get like actual wizard music for you guys here, so let me know if you could hear it. You should have been able to. Yeah, there you go. I tried to make it special for that one here. Look, we got a bounce right at the 200 EMA. John's extra today. I really am, honestly. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Like, you give me, again, StreamYard started this. StreamYard crashed on me on my biggest stream yesterday, but I love OBS. OBS allows me to do so much fun stuff, and I control people in such a more profound way. It's just great, right? And so, honestly, the haters think they're making me mad. I kind of hope they do it just so I can turn into John the Wizard. How big is this data compared to yesterday? It's a lesser data release for sure, but it's still relevant. I would say it's probably 60% of CPI, in terms of like market reaction. The market's honestly respecting it a lot though. Look how flat the market is. So the market completely flat, completely sideways, not really doing anything. Yeah. All right, guys, we got 47 minutes. We got about 500 people here already. You lost one, but gained one. Hey, that's what we're here for, chat. Yeah, no, I set this all up yesterday. I was like, all right, guys. I was like, listen, if StreamYard's gonna crash and I'm gonna go back to OBS, I gotta have fun with OBS. So, all right. $500 people and only 56 likes. How dare you guys? Don't make me get the wizard head back out here. You know, get you guys in line. Always remember though, chat. Always remember. I am terrible and I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. I do trade off stream. This content is for entertainment purposes only. And if you copy somebody that's called beginner trading that makes himself a floating head with a wizard overlay in the stock market, you're setting yourself up to lose. I have no idea what I'm talking about, guys, and I might be wildly wrong about anything I say here. Do not copy me. Understand CFTC 4.41 hypothetical or simulated performance. Chat have limitations. I mean, if you read the bottom of the screen, it's going to say the same thing. So it's not like this is any type of like revelation here, but still, understand it. Most traders lose, so. I need a different mic. Is my mic bad? What's my mic like, chat? Let me see. Hold on. Let me check my mic here. No, it's just my normal mic. I mean, if something's wrong with it, let me know. But it seems okay. Yeah. A little quiet compared to normal. Okay, I'm sorry. I can turn myself up some. Like, look. Let me know if that's better. I just turned it up a little bit. Let me know if that improves it. Sound is good? All right, cool. All right, chat. We got 45 minutes left. 45 minutes left. We got 500 people here. So I see some news releases that says Elon just purchased 45 million in Doge. So there's a big crypto wallet that bought 45 million Dogecoin, around 40 cents a token, and then moved it into another wallet. Yeah. And I mean, listen, the signal scammers, you can come here and try to spam your stuff. I'm just going to make fun of you and tell everybody why they shouldn't do it. And it's just going to end up, you're just going to end up being sad about it. John, why is the market so flat? Because we have inflation data coming out in 45 minutes. So we got big inflation report coming out in 45 minutes. We also have jobless claims, unemployment coming out at the same time. That's an interesting report now with all the stuff that's been going on. Again, jobless claims, unemployment should be interesting. We also have retail sales data tomorrow. So we have retail sales data tomorrow. That'll be really interesting as well. And again, I've told you guys this before, but sometimes leading into these big economic reports, it's good to like attack the chop. The chop can set yourself up to make some money with it. So you just got to be patient and try to make some money on the chop. You can make money with choppy trends. Buy bottom, sell top. I'm not telling you to do this. I have no idea, but yeah. Your audio is the worst. Is it really? Is it? I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I can listen to the stream and see what it sounds like. Let's check. John floating head. Okay, dude, my audio is good, honestly. Like, my audio is fine. Like, I'm loud and clear over here. I just listened to it on my phone. What are you talking about, bro? You gotta get your audio fixed, sir. How dare you? No. Yeah. No, I'm just joking. Kind of. Audio sounds fine to me. Yes, this is the top 3 best audio I've ever seen. Or heard, I should say. Yeah. Why floating? Why not? I used to have an eagle overlay that was great. Oh, I got some fun ones. Look, I'm gonna start playing with some of these, dude. Honestly, I'm like a kid in a toy shop here with this stuff. What? I don't want that. Hold on. Wait. Where'd my eagle one go? Huh? I'm gonna just snap a picture of it. All right, chat. So we got some fun ones here. This is gonna be the all right. So we just broke under the 200 exponential here. The Nasdaq's kind of bouncing right at the 200 exponential, right? How like right at the 200 exponential, we're bouncing. Gold is up there. We're watching gold again. Nvidia chart is another one that you want to pay attention to. But look, we just broke right under the 200 EMA, the 200 exponential moving average. I don't know if we're gonna be flat or what. Again, I don't know if we're gonna be flat or what today. But yeah, we'll see. What is this? Nope, that's wrong. Yeah, this one could be better. Again, I'm not going to play too long with this. Alright guys, we got 40 minutes left. 40 minutes left. Alright, we got 40 minutes left. Look at this bounce. We're starting to bounce right over that 200 exponential. Or that 200 exponential is right here. It's this light blue one. So we're right here at the 200 exponential. Hey John, I have a question. I would appreciate it if you could answer. When you buy a stock that has a pre-market open increase of 1%, you buy it at the price before the increase or after the 1% is added? It depends on when you buy it. Rare. So if you buy it in pre-market with a limit order, you're going to get filled at whatever the price is at that specific moment. If you buy it after the market open and it went up 1% in pre-market, then you're going to buy it on the increased rate. Like how much you're going to buy it at the new price that's up 1%. So if something closes at $100 and then in pre-market it goes up 1%, it goes up to $101, and then at 9:30 at the opening bell you buy it, you're buying it at 101. But it all depends on where the price is when you buy it, if that makes sense. Yeah, StreamYard crashed yesterday, so now we're an eagle. We're the eagle of stocks, guys. We're the eagle of finance. That's my new nickname. The eagle of finance. Honestly, the NASDAQ, everything's super, super choppy right now. It's super, super flat. Super, super choppy. But I'm not an investment professional. I'm not an investment professional eagle. I'm not liable if you lose. And if you follow somebody that's dressed like an eagle on a stream called Beginner Trading, you're liable for your own losses. I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about, guys. Again, not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Again, understand the implications of CFTC 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. All right, don't copy me. I'm not an investment professional. PaySafe, never heard of it, Justin. Are you buying Coca-Cola and General Mills long term? If the market drops, I'll probably buy up some stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna buy. It most likely just be like blue chips, a lot of the Mag 7 with DC Ag, Intention, and like maybe like some growth stocks. Yeah, listen, we fly over here. We're here to snatch the stock market gains out of the air. All right, guys, look, so we are dipping under the 200 EMA right here. We're at 1162. 1162 right now. Yeah, I got you. So can you put the expected number for PPI on screen? Yes. So let me find, I got a couple different ones here. Bear with me. There it is. So PPI, we're going to put it up in parentheses next to the number. So PPI is expected at 0.2%. Jobless claims expected 220K. Let me make sure this all fits. We'll get CPI out the way. CPI came out yesterday, but it's less significant right now. There you go. All right, so there's the expected numbers right there. Look at the NASDAQ start to flush down here. So the NASDAQ is starting to dip. It is starting to fall down some. Amazon doing work this week. Let me see. Where's Amazon? All right, chat. We still got almost 40 minutes left. Almost 40 minutes left. Amazon at 215.20. I'm also going to throw it in subscribe only mode, chat. So I am going to throw this thing in sub only mode. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. We're already in sub only mode. Okay, I didn't even know. Again, PPI inflation data, jobless claims, unemployment. It all drops live. Stick around. We got 40 minutes left. The reason we do this is because we cover it faster than everybody else. So stick around, guys. Yeah, thank you for being here. What do you guys expect, chat? So what do you guys expect? I'm looking at the poll numbers here. Poll numbers show mostly bullish traders, so 58% bullish. You can also see the expectations on the poll we did today. We got about 600 votes. 58% are bullish, 31% are bearish. So we got a 11% that don't know, but that's the expectations right now. We are breaking down here, chat, and I probably am gonna day trade this. Bad fill here, really bad fill. We're gonna try to add to it, but I really don't like this fill. We're gonna have to cover it tight. Oh, I'm gonna take half of this off. I don't like the size that I got in there. I really don't. I don't like the fill. We got out flat on that one, so that's not too bad. We can give this one much more room. I'm looking for just a small move up to the 1166 level of the NASDAQ here. Completely flat right now. Cape stop to the moon. Hey, what's up, Beach Bro? Do you think Bitcoin keeps rising towards 100K? I do. I don't know if it will. I generally think Bitcoin's gonna hit 100K sometime this year. I don't know when, but generally I think it's gonna hit it sometime this year. Man, I'm getting beat up in this account today. If we lose on this trade, I'll probably wait at least until the economic data comes out. To trade anymore, because we're currently down about $100 though, and so it's not really like the end of the world here. It's definitely doable to come back, but it's not what you want to see. All right, guys, I'm gonna get rid of my eagle so we can see NVIDIA. There we go. Alright, so we're down. Retracement back up here. Again, we got 30 minutes left. Chat, 30 minutes left. Disney had earnings this morning, Jamie. If you read the white letters right below me. Disney had earnings today, so they're up on earnings. They had good earnings, good EPS, good revenue. I'm looking for a little retracement. We cracked the low of this. I just got to get out, unfortunately. And we're gonna if we crack the low of this, I'm just gonna wait till the opening bell. We're only down like 100 and something currently, and so it's not the end of the world. Like, we still got a lot of room to make it back after the open. But what we are gonna do is we're gonna switch to micros and wait closer to the opening bell. I'm looking to trade chop, and we've broken down a lot, and generally leading up to this economic report in 30 minutes, we get choppy sideways, like neutral action. So, bull or bear today, guys. We got almost 700 people here, though, so hey, thanks so much. I guess you guys do like the floating head OBS stream, huh? Which one do you guys like more? Let me know in chat. Did you like the StreamYard streams? We're a little bit more professional, but less fun, or do you guys like this OBS stream right now? Let me know. Yeah, we gotta cut it. So we're gonna switch to micros now and switch accounts on this and come back in a different account. Trade some micro contracts now. Just not getting the fun stuff. I think I'm trying to get used to trading these. But yeah. Fun and always better. Got me in a good mood today. Floating head is good as you can float around not covering charts too. 100%. That's why I use it. OBS stream more fun. Old stream better. That's alright. Yeah, I honestly think this trade probably would have worked for me. I think this is a very big drop right around a major support level in a choppy day. Again, I'm just getting used to larger size. We did really well after the open yesterday, and so, you know, we have time. We'll take some swings, but we're going to wait to do that more calculated swings closer to the opening bell. Yeah, 220,000 jobless claims. Seems high. Good morning, future millionaire. You talking to me? Future. I mean, I'm not going to be super specific about my financials, but anyways. Bounce off VWAP. Gambling is better than trading. You keep things exciting. All good. Like the old stream format, more professional. That's all right. We can't please everybody. Most people like the new one, but we're having fun with it. It's fun. Yeah, and the good thing is, like, my floating head, like, look, like, let me like swim over here, right? Like, you know, like my floating head, it doesn't block the screen, you know, so like I can do it without blocking the screen, and I think that's useful. Yeah, this is definitely more fun, and it's more reliable too. More chart room, 100%. Can you trade crypto like you're trading right now? So on Topstep, you can trade crypto. I can trade the micro Bitcoin contract, which is MBT. I've never actually done it before. Hold on, wait. I can trade the micro Bitcoin contract. Look, here's micro Bitcoin futures. And so if you think Bitcoin's going to go up, maybe now's the time. I don't know. I'm not telling you to do it, but this might be something I try today. So this is micro contracts. Let me see what this looks like. Okay, so it's $2 a... I don't know if it's $2 a tick or what, but yeah, here's micro contracts. I don't mind taking some size with Bitcoin too. I think Bitcoin's got to go up, but I don't think it has to go up. I think it could go up. There's the bounce on the NASDAQ. I told you guys it would probably work, just sizing. I think if I trade regular E-mini contracts, I need to just take one. Just trade one E-mini contract. I don't think I should ever trade two, and I think one will help me be risk averse, especially in a choppy period of time. But yeah, so here's micro Bitcoin. So I can trade crypto here, and this is on Topstep. Again, they give you a demo, test your skill with it, all that good stuff. You won't ban me from saying Bitcoin goes to Mars? No. You think PPI will hit 5%? Not today. Not month over month, I don't think. I mean, it could. You never freaking know. It's expected at 0.2, but you never really know here. Chat, you never really know. It's 50 cents a tick? Okay, got you. Yeah, I just got a bad feel there. But you can trade crypto on, I've never really tried it on Topstep. You know. Roughly. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I must have just not had a good feel, which is okay. All right, guys. We still got 30 minutes left. Honestly, it feels like we're almost close to it. We still got 30 minutes. Again, there's the link if you want to check it out. But yeah, aside from that, the stream's running good. Chat. We're not hitting lag. It looks pretty clear, right? We always have options here, so we actually have a 1080p HD option if you want to go to that. Aside from that, everything looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Back and forth. 20 minutes. We're still in this micro Bitcoin contract. You can see the NASDAQ. We did get that bounce. Exactly what I thought we would happened. I was in too big a size, guys. I got to get used to the larger size. I really do. 30 minutes before PPI inflation data and jobless claims here. We got the timer in the top left. If you ask what time it all comes out here, chat, remember, right here is a timer. That time tells you how long we got until the economic data comes out. Right here, we do have a timer. I think it's somebody said it's 50 cents a tick. How much per tick in MBT futures? It is 50 cents a tick. So whoever told me that earlier was correct. It's 50 cents a tick. It's just I got filled 4 ticks down, so I was down $2 when I got in. So it's 50 cents a tick. Yep. Let me switch this out. Oh wow, I got a couple donations. Hey, thank you so much, Prime. Prime said, yesterday I learned TradeEvade automatically liquidates your trades if it's down too much. I was averaging down for a major swing up. How do I bypass it? I mean, it depends, Prime. I don't know if TradeEvade automatically liquidates it unless you have some settings that, like, if you're trading a funded account program, it sounds like you might have hit the limit. Some of them have a daily loss limit. Topstep doesn't anymore, I think. Topstep's one of the best in the world. They don't have a daily loss limit anymore. They only have a max loss. So if you hit your max loss, you might be out. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this. But I just wanted to see what it was like trading micro Bitcoin contracts. John, what is your guess on PPI today? Whew, I don't know, brother. I think I really don't know. Again, I'm going to say 0.3%, but I don't know. How is it a loss if I didn't sell? All right, well, who are you trading with, Prime? I appreciate the donation. Thanks so much. I genuinely do appreciate it. But it really depends on who you're trading with. Yeah. Okay, so Topstep does have an effect. Again, check everything with them. Hey, John, I was hoping you could maybe take a guess at why Bitcoin-related stocks were down yesterday, even though Bitcoin was up. Ooh, no idea, brother. No idea. I think there's it could be a lot of reasons. You know, I don't think there's a 100% positive, like, even correlation with some of that stuff. So I think it really just depends on a lot of different things. It depends on what company it is. Yeah. I'm using a TradeEvade demo to practice for Topstep because Topstep uses as well TradeEvade. Okay, I would say if you use Topstep, though, you want to use Topstep X, because on Topstep X there's 0 commission, and that's a big edge, right? Like, being able to take micro contracts with no commissions and only a tiny amount of fees per trade is like a big edge. It's a huge edge. TradeEvade's good though, but yeah, I'm not sure if you were just on a TradeEvade demo. I'm not sure why it cut you out. I really don't. You would have to ask TradeEvade that, to be honest. In that regard, I'm really not sure, brother. I appreciate the donation though. Yeah, I genuinely appreciate the donation. Mara missed earnings. So yeah, Mara missed earnings. Please reply to me. Is the U.S. dollar going to be strong? So the dollar index is going to be dependent on what happens with PPI inflation data. So inflation data drops in 23 minutes. That's going to influence the Dixie heavily, right? So the dollar index is going to influence inflation data, or the inflation data is going to influence the Dixie. So what I mean by that is if PPI shows up much higher than expected, the dollar index will go up almost certainly. If PPI, and the market might go down because the market fears inflation. Now, if the Dixie goes, or if the inflation data comes in lower than expected, then the Dixie might go down, right? We don't really know. And a lot of the time there's an inverse correlation with markets from the Dixie because of that, where the Dixie's strong, and that technically signals more economic strength, but higher inflation can signal more economic strength as well. It's really nuanced. All right, guys, we got 700 people here. We still got almost 25 minutes, about 22 minutes left before inflation data comes out live. Here, you guys. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. We're getting really close to hitting 150,000. We're getting very, very close. It's been a boring time for economics lately. We just haven't really had a lot of stuff go down. But we're getting very, very close. I gotta exit out of some stuff here, though. I think I'm putting too much stuff on the screen. Yeah, so we're very, very close. Very, very close to hitting 149K. Yeah, if you hit the subscribe button right now, chat. We need 25 subs to hit 149, and then we just need 1,000 to hit 150. Market's very flat right now, very choppy. People thinking they have a right to personal responses in a YouTube chat fascinates me. It depends on how many people are here. Yeah, I mean, Della, didn't I just respond to you, bro? You're mad about it now, dude? Come on now. Don't make me get Big Head John the Wizard out here. I will. Alright, look at that rejection right at the 200 EMA. And again, if you're not watching the 200 EMA, you're missing like a huge milestone level. This is a big milestone level. Look at the 200 EMA right here. Look at how well this thing follows it. It bounces off of it multiple times and then rejects directly off of it here. 200 EMA is just that level. Stand for Doge. Yeah, I see the new thing. I'm a little confused. Futures markets always have larger inbuilt leverage. I'd be surprised if the Bitcoin futures is leveraged at all. The only one that was approved for futures, I think, is micro contracts, but I'm not 100% sure. I also think it probably has to do with just how much regular Bitcoin moves, and like the spread and something like that would be massive, just because of Bitcoin in general, you know. All right, guys. Again, PPI inflation data drops in 20 minutes, roughly, right around 20 minutes. Yeah, Disney's flying up on good earnings. Nvidia's still up to 147s. All right, chat. So the sound is good. Everything seems good. The stream is crisp, people are saying. We'll get Disney numbers off on screen. We don't really need that number here anymore. But yeah, Disney's up big on earnings. Today is flat. Yeah, today is flat. But again, today we have a big economic report. We got jobless claims, unemployment filings, and the big one, which is PPI inflation data. So with all that stuff coming out today, the market's probably a little worried regarding it. All right, guys. So again, the NASDAQ right at the 2116th. You don't mess with it. Hey, Jack, you see this? my son just came in here to see it. Yeah, when I ban somebody, I go like this. How dare you disrespect my live stream? How dare you? I even have wizard music I can play. Look, let me see. How dare you disrespect my live stream? Never show your face here again. Alright, sorry, I'm showing my family my overlay here. Yeah, because I got the green screen. Alright, here. Alright. All right. I love you, buddy. Have a good day. Here, they're not really gonna be able to. Here. Yeah, no, your shirt isn't. Here, buddy. Here, baby, they can hear you. I love you. I love you guys. Y'all have a good day. All right. Sorry, I gotta say bye to the fam here. The fam's over here. All right, guys. Is that floating head John? No, this is Wizard of Stonks here talking today, sir. Okay. Nasdaq's moving up a little bit. It's at 21. It's at 169. It's almost 170s here. We still got 15 minutes until PPI inflation data releases. We also have jobless claims, unemployment filings dropping at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time live right here. So stick around. The Nasdaq back over the 200 EMA, over the previous closing price. Technically green on the day now, but very, very flat. And look at how good my rebound. I was trying to buy it up down here. Got it exactly right. Just took too large of size. So I got to get back down to micro contracts here when I trade, because I was absolutely right. We also have Jerome Powell speaking at 3 o'clock today. We have Big Papa Jerome Powell speaking. We will live stream all of that here as well as we do. And yeah, stick around, guys. Do you guys think Powell will be hawkish, dovish, bearish, bullish? Do you guys think this report will be hawkish, dovish, bearish, bullish? So far, looking at our poll numbers here, we got 60% of you guys thinking we're bullish, 31% thinking we're bearish on today's reports in 15 minutes. And yeah, we'll see what we get, chat. We'll see what we get. Oh yeah, Mike Tyson fights in a few days too, man. Let's all hope and pray that he beats Jake Paul, because I think everybody in the world is rooting for him too. I don't think he will. You know, my mind's telling me no, but I hope Tyson can beat up Jake Paul. We'll see what happens. I really genuinely hope it happens, but I don't think he will. Tyson's 60 years old. You know, hopefully he's TRTing it up and Jake's not ready for it. But again, the problem is Jake's a good boxer. He's not great. He's good. But Tyson's 60 years old. His stamina is what you got to worry about. He's going to run out of energy within a couple seconds, and that's going to be risky. Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of confirmation bias floating around about it too. Like, I think people want Tyson to win, so they overestimate his chances of it. And I genuinely hope I'm wrong, and I genuinely hope Tyson KOs Jake. I just don't think he will. So if PPI report comes in higher than expected, Calvin, number one, PPI is a report where it's not super easy to predict, right? So PPI is not as predictable as CPI. Like, in general, if CPI comes in low, market goes up. In general, not always, but in general, yes. PPI is less predictable in that sometimes PPI comes in super high, market goes up. You know, I guess because it signals some type of economic strength. If PPI comes in low, sometimes the market goes up as well. Like, it's not super predictable. It's not as predictable as like as CPI, as an example. So we'll see. Again, today is expected at 0.2%, 0.2% for PPI inflation data. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm hoping that happens. Not so boring. Like, people hear me say this and they think I'm rooting against Tyson. I'm genuinely, of course not. I want Tyson to KO Jake in 30 seconds. I would love it. I will literally jump up dancing, celebrating if that happens. I just don't think it will. Again, I train like martial arts. Like, I train jiu-jitsu. I'm almost to my blue belt. I'm just about to get my blue belt. I don't know when, but it'll be sometime in the next few months, I'm guessing. In BJJ. The problem is that there is a disadvantage for age. Like, I roll with a lot of different types of people: big people, small people, old people, young people. And in general, age certainly factors into it, right? Like, you lose reaction time as you get older. You lose speed, you lose power, you lose agility as you get older, unfortunately. And especially at 60. 60's old for a boxer. It's just going to be a tough thing for Tyson. I mean, I hope I'm wrong though, and I genuinely do, but I don't think I am. We are fighting inflation. We need low CPI and PPI. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Low CPI would signal more aggressive rate cuts coming, right? So if CPI and PPI come in low, that means the Fed might raise rates aggressively. And if we look at the CME watch tool here, more aggressively. If we look at the CME watch tool for next month, you know, we currently have our current rate is at 475. they're betting 25 basis points down to 450 for the next one, right? So they're betting on another 25 basis point cut. If CPI and PPI are low, yesterday CPI came in as expected, a slight uptick versus what it showed up for last month. But if PPI shows up low, it'll give more of a justification to cut rates, right? Because low CPI and low PPI signal less inflationary problems, which means we can focus more on the economy. And when we focus on the economy, if we want to stimulate economic growth, the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates, right? And they cut rates more aggressively if inflation is under control. If inflation is signaled to be less under control, it's more likely that I'm not going to say it's actually likely, but it's at least more likely that the Fed's going to pause the next meeting in December. And so again, we'll see what happens, chat. We got 10 minutes left. We got 1,000 people watching. Thanks so much. And hey, let's do this. Yeah, man. I mean, again, I think all older people want to believe that us like old men can still have it, and I get it, right? Like I'm in my mid 30s, so I'm certainly getting older, and I want to believe that. And I don't nobody likes Jake Paul, right? He's kind of the he took the Conor McGregor route, which means he makes everybody hate him, and so they tune in regardless of whether they like him and they want to see him win, or they dislike him and want to see him get KO'd. They're tuning in regardless. Same thing Conor McGregor got really wealthy in MMA from, but Tyson has much less skill than Conor McGregor. Jake Paul has much less skill than Conor McGregor. I mean, and Tyson has much more skill, but the age factor is a 35-year difference, man. And again, it's not going to be good for Tyson. That's what I predict. But I don't freaking know. We're going to move on. So we got the 200 EMA right here. NASDAQ ripped over the 200 EMA, pulled back to it, and now it's testing it. Now, we'll see if we continue in this trend. Again, we've had a very choppy market leading into PPI as well as jobless claims. The jobless claims unemployment filings are expected at 220,000 today as well. So we got a lot of good stuff, but higher jobless claims would be bullish for the market. It would mean the Fed is more likely to cut rates. Correct. Yes. So higher jobless claims would signal higher unemployment. All right. So expected number for jobless claims today is 220K. Higher jobless claims signals higher unemployment. So less people working. Less people working signals economic weakness, signals more rate cuts potentially coming. I mean, we're going to cut rates, I think, at least 25 basis points meeting to meeting until next year. But how much we cut rates, whether it's a 25 basis point cut, basically 1/4%, or whether it's a 50 basis point cut or potentially larger, which is less likely, but, whether we do 50 basis points, which is 0.5%, so forth and so on. Why don't you tell us what we want to hear in order to be popular? Because I'm just here to be honest. You can still have it, but it's unlikely you have the endurance and stamina. 100%, yeah. Especially if you stop doing cardio. Yeah, the problem though, like a 30-second clip of Mike Tyson hitting the heavy bag is not as impressive as people think. You know why it's not a minute? It's probably because he got tired after 30 seconds. And he can't show the whole clip. A bobblehead? Hey, it's alright. Terra Fierce, yeah. And again, so higher PPI does signal a little bit stronger economic stuff. So we do have more economic stuff showing from higher PPI data. So it's pros and cons, right? It's higher inflation for businesses, which is not good, but it also means somewhat stronger economy, because the stronger the economy is, the more businesses and wholesalers in this regard raise prices. All right, guys, we got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Yeah, I'll have to check those out, Mikey. Yeah, he's got a puncher's chance. I hope he lands, of course. I think everybody does. America's rooting for Tyson, really. All right, so we did bounce right at the 200 EMA. Again, if you're not watching the 200 exponential, I find it works the best on a 1 minute chart, because look at all the confirmations here. Confirmation. You can go back here. There's another confirmation there. So just multiple confirmations. Here's the 200 EMA line right there. Super powerful level. If you mix it with also like the volume weighted average price, it can get even better. His last fight was with Roy Jones Jr., and it was horrible to watch. Terrible. Very tough thing to watch, to be honest. Jay Powell. Yeah, Jay Powell speaks at market close, right at market close at 4 p.m. Eastern time today. I think it's market close. Let me see. Powell speaks at 3 p.m. Eastern time today, so a little bit different. Yeah, so he speaks at 3 p.m. So he speaks an hour before close. All right, chat. 5.5 minutes. 5.5 minutes. Can we break 2,000 viewers today for PPI inflation? Can we break 2,000? We're getting close. Also, hit the subscribe button, chat. Hit the notification bell. Thanks so much. Do me a favor. Hit the like button, guys. How dare you not like the stream more? I would never pressure you to like the stream, but if you don't, I'll hate you forever. Do it now, chat. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. This new floating head mode looks ridiculous, John. I know, that's the point. But it blocks, it doesn't block the chart. And so I could literally like swim around. Like, you know. We got a real head and shoulders on the chart. Somebody said that joke earlier. Love it. Love it. All right, guys. Let's see what the data shows up as today. Again, NASDAQ sitting super flat, as we kind of thought we might get. Let's see what gold does. Let's see what the dollar index does. We got 4 minutes. Oh, I need a countdown timer. Oh, there is a countdown timer. Look. I forgot I had one for a second. Look, here's the countdown. Right at the top of the screen. I don't know whether to buy or sell, little traders. Please stop spamming or you'll get banned forever here. Okay. All right. All right. I don't have time to do the wizard, but yeah, we'll ban you for 5 minutes. Tesla, hope for some good news. Where's Tesla at now? Last time I looked at it. Yeah, Tesla at 320s, hit 360s. So pulling back some, but super volatile. But big, good volatility. Up a lot. How will oil react? I'm not sure. Do you see long-term value in Bitcoin or ETH? Yes, I love Bitcoin and ETH. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm not an investment professional. As always, guys, remember, I am terrible and might have no idea what I'm talking about. I do trade off stream. This is entertainment only. You're not going to see all my trades. Do not copy me. I might have no idea what I'm talking about. Understand the implications of CFTC 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations. Guys, I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. All right. 3 minutes, chat. 3 glorious minutes here. Make sure you hit the live button next to the play button as well, chat. Hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're fully caught up on stream. All right. Live next to the play button. Make sure you're fully caught up on stream. You want the live button to be red. Have a red dot next to it. All right. I think we're going to break 2,000 viewers. We're getting close. So far, 60% of people think we're going to have a bullish reaction from this data. Again, we got jobless claims unemployment dropping as well. So we got jobless claims unemployment dropping. We got PPI inflation and dropping. So a big report here. All right, chat, 2 minutes. Minutes. We are going to day trade at the opening bell. Yeah, so we're back. I don't know what happened there, but we're back. Hit the live button next to the play button, guys. We got 1 minute. All right, we're good. All right, good. Yeah, we're back. All right, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Yeah, so we're back. Luckily, we got 30 seconds, chat. 30 seconds. 30 seconds here. Hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're fully caught up on stream here, guys. Oof. I don't know what happened there. All right, guys. 30 seconds here, chat. 30 seconds. They're coming for you, John. Yeah, sorry. All right, 20 seconds here, chat. 20 seconds. Yeah. Here we go, guys. And here's the report right here. PPI data showed up, chat. PPI data showed up at 0.2% as expected, 2.4% on the year, 0.2% as expected, 2.4% on the year. Again, 0.4% as expected, 2.4%, or 0.2% as expected, 2.4% on the year, guys. Again, 0.2% as expected, 2.4% on the year is what the data showed up as. So we came in as expected. Again, as expected, 0.2% on the year. I'll put this up on screen. Jobless claims data showed up at 217. 217K. All right, PPI 2.2%, 217,000. Are we really cutting out that much? We got 2,100 concurrent viewers. Is strange. Test. Market does not like this report, guys. Look at this big breakdown here. Down to 2111s. We're at 1135s, 1134s right now. We came in at 0.2%. Jobless claims 217,000 chat. 217,000. All right, we're good here. Yeah, my data's fine. Yeah, so again, we're dropping substantially on this report. We got over 2,000 people watching, so thanks so much, chat. I appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Okay, is the sound really that bad? Can y'all hear me? On my stream, it shows me that we're fine. Yeah, on my stream, it shows we're fine. Again, if the sound's really that bad, let me know. But some people are like, hey, it's fine. And other people are like, oh, it's cutting out. Again, the data's right here on the screen. Right? So the data's right here. So we showed up. We showed up right here. The data's right here on the screen. We showed up at 0.2% for jobless claims, 217,000. Or 217,000 for jobless claims, 0.2% on the year. All fine. Okay, everybody says it's fine. Yeah, refresh if it's messing up. Yeah, you're good. Don't listen to them. Yeah, they're just trying to make it dramatic. We're fine. Yeah, the market's down. The market's probably down because it wants more rate cuts, right? So if the market wants more rate cuts, yeah. Bitcoin falling down a little bit too. Bitcoin's falling down. Yeah, it could also just be problems in general with YouTube itself, in all honesty. Yeah, so for those with lag, just refresh. So people are saying refresh. So refresh the screen if you get lag. It's fine. Yeah, so again, we got initially a bad reaction here to the data. The Nasdaq's pulling back to... All right, we're going to be trading micro contracts now. So again, we're going to try to buy this dip. We have 3 contracts here with micros. We'll add to this here as well. We'll take 6 contracts. Kind of a risky trade, but we're playing with micros now. All right, guys. There we go. All right, we took a piece off, locked it in. 3 contracts left. We'll see if we get a bounce or rebound up. Kind of risky here, chat. Kind of risky. John, include the expected numbers. Got you. Alright, there's the reports on screen. So we put the expected numbers on the screen. Alright, guys. right, so we got a bounce back. I'm looking for a bounce here. We got 3 contracts. There we go. I like some more than this, though. I like more than this, to be honest. It's not really enough. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, so we got a nice little string of trades there. Nice little string of trades. We'll take it. We bought the dip. I'm going to buy this bottom wick here. All right, we just got 6 contracts here. 6. See if we get a bounce. Fill some of this gap. Don't do it. I don't like this now. Oof. I like that. I got a pretty good shot of filling the gap on this bottom here, but I'm gonna take a piece of this off, lock it in. I mean, right at the lows of the day, I think it's kind of easy fake out if it does, but we'll hold 3 just to let it work. Yeah, I gotta cut it. Oof, gave it back, gave all our profits right back. We just cracked lows. The reason I bought that up is a lot of the time the first move is the wrong move. Yeah, I wonder what happened with my stream these last few days. It's strange. Some people are saying I'm getting DDoS attacked, which is odd. For that to happen, though, they have to target. Let me see. Yeah, we should be good now, though, I think. But yeah, so we have some economic data. We also have Powell coming out today. A big release, too. Powell's coming out today. I kind of want to buy this dip now. Again, we're trading larger in these funded accounts, so bear with me. Oof. Big drops here, chat. Big drops. We're continuing to drop, too. I want to see if we can retrace back up, though. We're going to take up to 8 contracts here. See if we get some type of rebound back up, but it's risky for sure. Don't copy me here. I've been doing really good at calling the bottom. I've just had I've had bad size. There we go. 2 contracts left. Gotta add some more to it. Take some more off there. Complete retracement back down. Take 6 contracts here, see if we get a pop back up. Oof. I like this bottom area range, but it's just retracing fast. Back down. Let me exit out of some stuff. I might have too much stuff up on my screen here. Cut out of this. Cut out of this. Cut out of that. Cut out of that. That. All right, so we're flat on this position here, completely flat. I'd love to see a larger, greater move up, but it's also risky right now, right after PPI inflation data. I'm wondering why the market reacted negatively to this, though, because technically the data's not terrible. All right, there we go. Take another little piece off. We got 3 left. Take some more. Take some more. We're correct about our bounce. We'll add a little bit to this now and then hold the rest flat. We're going to get out of a piece of that. All right, so we just made a nice little gain back. So we're fighting our way back here with some green trades. You can't actually see it. My bad. Let me get out the way. Data's not terrible. Also, guys, if you haven't already checked out Topstep, Topstep funds traders in futures. They give you a demo. They test your skill with it. If you're a trader that wants to gain profitable trading skills, try Topstep out. It's genuinely the best way to learn how to day trade. There's no PDT in futures. You can day trade basically the SPY and Q price action in the NASDAQ and the S&P E-mini. You can day trade futures with gold, silver, some currencies, a lot of forex traders should be trading futures as well. There's no PDT rule. Patterns are super similar to blue chip day trading patterns. No PDT restrictions. You can buy market, sell market, very similar to day trading stocks. No PDT rule. Topstep's the most legit one in the world. They give you a demo. Test your skill with the demo account first. The base one's $50K. If you can make $3K in profit on a $50K demo without losing $2K first, following their rules and conditions, they fund you $50K with a 90% split. And if you lose, like most day traders are gonna lose, you only lose $50. It's not the end of the world. Versus funding your own account, you know, once you're funded, you get a 90% split anyway. It's similar to funding your own account. But if you fund your own account and lose, most people are gonna be down thousands and thousands of dollars. It just makes perfect sense to limit your risk, still have some pressure. It's a perfect middle ground of pressure, but not risk so much to where you can lose thousands, because most day traders do lose. Absolutely true. Most day traders do lose, chat. And so again, you got to understand this. They're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased because I get paid by them, but honestly, genuinely something I wish I had in the beginning when I first got started trading. At the same time, understand I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. You always got to make your own assessment, trade responsibly. Check for YouTube update. That's what was causing it. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's some YouTube thing, not me. But if you want to check out Topstep, there's the link. Again, understand my disclaimer here and all that good stuff. Understand I do trade off stream. You're not going to see all my trades. We were absolutely right about our dip buy level here. Absolutely right, chat. All right, chat, let's day trade. We're gonna be day trading today, closer to the opening bell. Let's do this. Look at that bounce. We're absolutely right about that bounce. All right, guys, so we have the inflation report today. The inflation data is live. Look at that huge rebound back up. So us buying that dip was absolutely correct too. Look at that huge rebound here. PPI came in as expected. Jobless claims came in lower than expected, signaling more economic growth. Is what happened. So again, jobless claims lower than expected, signaling more economic growth. PPI came in as expected, completely flat. And again, sometimes there's a very famous saying with these economic reports. Sometimes the first move is the wrong move. And again, that's exactly why we bought the dip and made money on it. And this is why, is because look at this huge rebound back up. So we bought the dip because we could. Get the timer out the way. Yeah, again, the first move fakes a lot of people out. All right, so it says YouTube pushed out a mobile update right at the same time that caused the audio to cut. Okay, that's what happened. Yeah. Again, I figured it was something like that. Like, my internet's pretty good, right? Pretty good. I hate that. I wish it was more like options. Why? You shouldn't, though. I mean, yeah, for sure. I like this. What is your trading style? My trading style is mostly like trends, trend breaks, extension with trends. So I look at trends and attack trends, but I also look at extension to use an edge. I look at long-term charts too. So like an example of this would be, let's look at a 5-minute chart on the NASDAQ. Inflation data came in flat. We can look at like a 15-minute chart. I would say the overall bias here is choppy, flat, neutral, sideways. And so if we get to a bottom range, I like buying up the dip. And so when we break down here, I'm betting that we're going to have choppiness and move back up. And that's kind of why I bought the dip, if that makes sense. Yeah, we got a long way to go on the upside, though. So I might short this now. Still kind of risky. We'll take up to 6 contracts here. Man, what a tear, though. Sorry, I got to change the music. This music's kind of distracting me. As soon as I hear this music, I'm like, oh, time to change. It's too much. There we go. All right, so we're right in my favor. I just took some off here. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful rejection. We're going to go ahead and cut that. So we made a nice little green trade there. Little scalp, but I'll take it. Look at that rejection. Again, if you're not watching the 200 EMA, you're missing out. Look at that 200 EMA right there. Down to the T. 200 EMA hit it down to a T. Wow. Yeah, I'm wearing a green shirt. I'm using a green screen, guys. And we'll use this from now on, as long as my internet stable holds up. Alright, so I'm going to end this poll now. And we're going to do a new poll here. Chat, a new poll. With PPI data coming in flat and jobless claims showing economic growth 217K. Are you bullish or bearish? Alright, so with PPI data showing flat and jobless claims showing economic growth, are you bullish or bearish? Vote on the poll. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, Doge, rip it up here. There's the link. Love the floating head. Bullish, but stock price will go down. Powell speaks at 4 p.m. today, Eastern time. 4 p.m. Again, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the notification bell. I appreciate it so much. We're going to do day trading at the opening bell. Yeah. Honestly, y'all should see me ban somebody. Everybody's loving the floating head. Y'all should see me ban somebody. When I ban somebody, it looks like this. I don't really have anybody to ban right now. But, hold on. Let me show you. It's actually really funny. I used to do this on my AMC streams. Ready? You guys ready? Watch. How dare you come to my channel and disrespect my trading. You are now banned for life, and you shall never be seen again. You know, it's fun. Should I just leave my head this big? You know, I'm sure my subscriber rate will skyrocket if I do. All right, we'll keep it like that. I should have brushed my hair this morning. Honestly, I told you guys I have curly hair. As soon as I wake up in the morning, this is what my hair looks like. Like, I can't brush it. If I take a shower and then get out, I have so much frizziness in my hair. I literally, like, can't shower in the morning, or my hair's just so yeah, people don't realize my hair's so curly. That's why I keep it short now. Like, I used to keep it long. I got some pictures of when it was long, but I can't do that now. It's too long, or it was too long. But we're having fun here today. Do an evil laugh. Yeah, it's very Wizard of Oz-esque. You know, very Wizard of Oz-esque. You know what I mean? It's fun though. Like I have fun with it. It really is. Like I play with it and have fun. All right. John can't shower. What, I don't even know what a shower is, but honestly, realistically, I shower like 4 times a day. 3 and not 4. I shower at least twice a day, every single day, no matter what, right? Like most of the time I train jiu-jitsu, and so usually I have like a considerate shower before I train, like 1 shower before I train, kind of like to wash, you know, just to wash myself before I train. And then after jiu-jitsu, I gotta shower. I have to shower after that, because if anybody's trained before, you know, you gotta shower. They got some dudes at the gym that are just kind of stinky, you know. I don't want to be the stinky dude. Banish me. Why does the stream look cheap today? Because we're on OBS right now. Does this look cheaper? I know it's less professional. I'll fix that up. Again, before tomorrow, before the PAL stream, I'm going to fix it up and make it more entertaining. Gotta change this music. It's a little bit too serious. Yeah. Alright. Good day, sir. Yeah, maybe it's a, you know, an edge. Powell speaks today. He doesn't speak tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it's more fun for sure. Before it looked like a stream of a 150K channel. Now it looks like a 15 sub channel. I mean, y'all will be okay. Again, StreamYard not reliable enough. So StreamYard's not reliable enough, so I had to switch it to this today. Again, I mean, listen, most people like it, and I can always do a poll, whether you like the old stream or the new stream. I'll tell you this: viewership for my PPI stream is up, right? So my viewership is up for PPI. We had like 2,200 people, 2,300 people watching when PPI dropped, and so my viewership's certainly up from it. Tomorrow we have retail sales data too, but we'll fix it. Again, I have some. Yeah. You want Bitcoin to crash? Only thing I don't like on the new stream is the yellow text. I mean, we could try different things here. I can mess with it here. Let me see. I feel like the yellow text pops. So the disclaimer wise, I want the yellow text there. This text, what I call the stable text on my end, I could probably fix this up a little bit more. Change the font some. You know. Oh no, that's not good at all. I'm trying to mess with the font, but man, you realize why. I guess that's a little bit better. What do you guys think? Here, we'll switch to this. We'll have to mess with it again. There's some stuff I can do to fix it. Alright, so we're breaking down a little bit, kind of flat now. I do want to buy this dip, I think, here. Or actually, no, I don't. I'm going to short this now, actually. We're going to take some larger size today, too. We've been attacking larger size. There's 3. I don't mind, like, kind of averaging into these positions shortly. I'll take 6 now, and then that's it. I'm not going to take more than 6. 6 is reasonable, I think. There we go. Nailed that. And now we are back, taking some more off here. And we'll get out the rest flat. All right, slowly chop it away, making some money. It's fine. You'll never satisfy. Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, some people are going to be. Looks great, John. People just troll you for kicks. Yeah, a lot of people say I look like Paul Felder. I've heard Paul Felder before. I've heard I've heard Ryan Felipe a little bit. I've heard Paul Felder. I've heard Forrest Griffin. I've heard Forrest Griffin a bunch too. People don't realize my beard is red though. I think now with the green screen that I have on, y'all can see like the color of my hair and beard. It's red. Got that Irish. My last name's London, and so I'm sure there's some Irish thrown in there too, for sure. All right, chat. So we're down to 1130s. We're still breaking down, which is the same direction I wanted here. Are you a pot smoker? No. You look like Brad Pitt. Oh, keep complimenting me, sir. No, I don't. I'm not. I'm very pro cannabis though. Like I believe cannabis should be legalized. I think that the issue I have is that it's for a lot of people it's going to be a better pain manager. It's going to be a better anxiety medication. It's going to be a better sleep aid for a lot of people, right? It causes less physical withdrawal symptoms than most of the synthetic opioids and stuff like that that big pharma is producing. Yet it is, you know, it like I'm in Texas, and so Texas is all about freedom. Yeah, Texas, freedom. But like, there's no ballot initiatives here, so you can't like force things to get voted on in Texas. You have to leave it up to some of these dinosaur politicians to get things done, and they ultimately just never get it done because there's so many lobbyist groups that are paying them money to keep it. Ultimately, cannabis is a gateway drug because it's illegal to get it, and you got to go to an illegal drug dealer to get it, and eventually he's going to offer some other sketchy stuff to people, right? And thus it's a gateway drug, right? Where if it was legal, regulated at dispensaries, you wouldn't have that gateway drug aspect of it. And that's an argument that no politician really wants to look at objectively, because most of them are getting political donations and stuff, unfortunately. But hey. Look what it's doing to young people. It's hurting their future. In what way? I mean, I'm gonna break it to you. Young people are gonna consume it regardless of its legalization status. So I mean, the only thing keeping it illegal does is force them to go to, you know, worse markets for it, in which it'll turn into a gateway drug much easier. Alcohol, objectively much more harmful than cannabis. Objectively much more harmful. You know, synthetic opioids, objectively much more harmful than cannabis. Yet, you know, in Louisiana, it's sold at gas stations, alcohol, right? And so it's just, it's about having an even standard of things that are legal versus not legal. And I think there's been a lot, especially like the older population are really susceptible to it because they've been kind of spoon-fed this fear of cannabis for years, for a century now, really. But when you look at it objectively, certainly less toxicity and inebriation from something like cannabis versus alcohol. So obviously less, objectively less, yet objectively less physical withdrawal symptoms from it. Not only that, but much more calm, less inebriated state from cannabis versus alcohol. Yet for whatever reason, they're fine with alcohol, an objectively more harmful drug is what it is, but cannabis is somehow demonized. It's a ridiculous standard, to be honest, and I think it's time for people in general to look at it objectively and legalize it, regulate it and tax it. I'm a capitalist. Regulate that and tax it. You know, I'm not a personally. I've never I'm not gonna say I've never, but I don't consume it because I was too paranoid. Like, it would make me nervous and anxious, and it just wasn't for me. But I also think it's gonna be a better option versus synthetic opioids that cause massive physical dependence that keep people on them for years and years, which is what big pharmaceutical companies want, really. Yeah, but I mean, Bull Trader, do you think they did stupid things under the influence of cannabis? If, again, cannabis makes it less likely for you to do stupid things, right? I think you're thinking of like alcohol or other worse stuff, right? Like, cannabis doesn't usually increase your risk tolerance. It usually decreases it. Makes you less likely to do sketchy stuff. Makes you more cautious, more paranoid, you know? Not less. Anyways, yeah, I got the floating head today, guys. Honestly, market's really flat. There's a big breakdown, so we were shorting this. I guess we could have held on to it a little bit longer and made some more money from it, but that's okay. Yeah, if I had to choose one for my kids, I would much rather them do that than alcohol. Alcohol destroys people. You know, alcohol, people get addicted to it, especially as they get older, where it's like they get older and they take their kids, they want to take their kids to bars and sports bars so they can sit there and drink. Objectively, much more harmful drug. I could never imagine being addicted to something that, like, caused that much inebriation, yet also has, like, such a dangerous physical dependence factor for alcohol. I'm not against you if you drink. I believe you should be able to do whatever you want to do as long as you're not hurting anybody else. But, you know, when you compare the two, alcohol is objectively more harmful. And so one thing I teach my kids is just, look, it's really easy to get addicted to it. You want to be cool, you want to drink. What you realize very quickly, it's not a fun existence being addicted to that. It's just not. I know a lot of friends and family that struggle with it. It's just not a fun. It's not a fun life being addicted to that. And to a certain point, they have to do it just to feel normal, and like, that's a dangerous thing. I just try to teach my kids to avoid it. I think if they can avoid alcohol addiction, they're already on the road to success versus anything else. That's the thing I'm the most concerned about with my children, at least. But again, like, do whatever you want to do. All right, guys, so market broke down from PPI data, ripped back up, and then broke down again here. So market broke down, moved back up, and then broke down again. Hey, good morning. Yeah. All right, guys. So again, we'll see what we get, chat. We got 25 minutes left. 25 minutes left. It's been a fun stream, honestly, man. A little bit of internet problems right at PPI release at 8:30, which is odd. Again, some people are saying it's YouTube, but I don't know. Hey, we broke 149,000 subscribers. We're on our road to 150K. Is good news bad news again? I don't know, man. I don't think this reaction's huge, number one. And so I don't think this is like a monstrous reaction by any means. I think it's a pretty mild reaction. I think Bitcoin didn't really react to this PPI report either. And so I think tomorrow's retail sales report will be interesting as well. We got Jerome Powell speaking on the economy specifically later on today. So we got Big Papa Jerome Powell again speaking on the economy later on today at 3 p.m. market time. 3 p.m. market time. And so be ready here, Chad. Be ready. Yeah, I don't know what cut. I don't know what made the stream cut for a little while right at 8:30, but it looked like it was, to be honest, some people said it was a YouTube update that went through for most streams, so maybe that's what it was. Yeah, alcohol, tobacco's a tough addiction. Like, nicotine and tobacco's tough. I struggled with that for a long time. I still struggle with it, right? Like, if I go to the beach, you know, it's a hard thing not to do. But luckily over the past like 10 years or so, I gave it up, and I don't really struggle with it that much. Like, I'm not saying I don't, you know, if I'm hanging out, and I don't say I don't take a puff of somebody's cigarette every year or two socially or something like that, when I'm out, like, kind of like drinking and hanging out with friends. I'm not saying I've never done that, but in general, I do not smoke nicotine. I don't see any purpose of it, right? It doesn't do anything. It's expensive, right? It hurts my cardio. Jiu-jitsu helps because I want to stay motivated to train, and it's hard to train if you're smoking. Yeah, we're streaming Jerome Powell later for sure, 100%. Yeah, we are. Is Fidelity a good place to keep your crypto money? I mean, Fidelity is one of the largest banks in the world, so I mean, you should be fine there, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, the way I quit nicotine was I went from smoking cigarettes to vaping nicotine, and then I went from vaping nicotine to vaping CBD, and then I went from vaping CBD to nothing, right? That's literally how I quit years ago, almost 7-8 years ago. Worked very, very well, very, very well. Can't say it's going to work for other people, but that's how I quit. All right, chat. Yeah, I don't know about crypto related for Fidelity though. It just depends on how easy they let people transfer stuff back and forth. All right, guys, we're going to be day trading futures at the opening bell. Stick around, guys. We got CPI inflation data yesterday, flat. PPI inflation data today, flat. Jobless claims unemployment came out today, lower than expected, signaling more economic growth than expected, chat. So overall, so good today, chat. We're doing okay. Yeah, I mean, Texas, freedom, but we're gonna not let you vote on anything you want here because freedom, guys. Texas, right? It's a lot of people don't understand it as well, so they think Texas is about freedom, but like no ballot initiatives here. That's a problem for me. And like the freedom state, no ballot initiatives. Like the people can't vote on something they want done without big government approval. Like that seems silly to me. When people talk about the benefits of Texas are really tax benefits, like lower property tax, or no, I'm sorry, that's the opposite. No state income tax, but higher property taxes. So they kind of make some of it back in property tax, but it's not as worse as it could be. You know, it really isn't. So really good economy, really good tax benefits in Texas, but also super high property taxes depending on the place you are. Like in some places in Texas, property taxes are 2.2%, 2.3, 2.4%. That's an obscene number. Just to put that into perspective, if you have a $500,000 house, just in property taxes alone, you're going to be paying $11,000 a year just in property taxes on that house in Texas. Now, the benefits is that the Texas real estate market is generally pretty stable, and if you pick the right spot, you got a very good chance of your house is going up. You just got to make sure you pick the right spot. But that's a lot of taxes every year that you're going to have to pay. You know, but like the rental property is pretty stable. You know, there's a lot of benefits in Texas. Like economy is generally pretty good. Job market is good. But yeah. For someone just starting off to buy crypto, what are the 3 safe, modest price, long-term ones you would look into? I mean, I'm going to preface this, Kicks, with that I am not an investment professional. I am not liable if you lose money. You always got to make your own assessment. Trade responsibly. Remember, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Do not copy me. I'm not an investment professional. Understand CFTC 4.41 hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. Now, with that said and out the way, Bitcoin, ETH, and the other one is up to you guys. Like Bitcoin, ETH, a lot of people I'm sure are gonna say like Solana. the third one is arguable, but Bitcoin and ETH, the top two, 100% with the top two. I'm not an investment professional though, but I'm a big bull in Bitcoin, ETH. I like both of them. Definitely stronger. I like Bitcoin more. A little bit more variance with ETH, I would say, but ETH is still a pretty safe bet. What do you guys think is the third one? Yeah, again, ETH is definitely a little riskier. ETH might be replaced by Bitcoin, and so it's certainly riskier. But I would say those two. You made me lose money. You owe me. I did not, sir. How dare you? You're basically paying rent. Well, I mean, it depends, right? So I'll give you guys like you buy a rental property, right? But there's no state income tax. And so to put that into perspective, right? Like what's the average state income tax across the country? Uh, 8.2% is the average state income tax. And so, I mean, like, let's say you make 200K. We're just going to call it 8%. You're paying, no, that's wrong. It would be 16K would be 8% of 200K. I don't know what math I just did, but it was wrong. Just doing the math in my head. 100K, 8% of 100K would be 8,000. And 8% of 200K would be 16,000. It would double it. Anyways, so $16,000 in taxes. So property taxes coming in at 2.2% is high. Most places you could probably get them, like in Louisiana, for an example, property taxes are 0.6%. So you're going to pay like $3K a month in Louisiana for a lot of places. And in Texas, a lot of them are like 1.6. So you're going to pay like 8K or something like that. So, it compensates for one or the other, depending on what it is, how much the house costs. Again, I just recently bought a rental property, right? And let's say the rental property was 300K. I'm not going to be too specific. The plan for this rental property is very simple. There's a lot of good stuff you could do. Like where I bought the house, very high likelihood that it's going to go up over time. Short term, we might get a real estate correction, but long term, very, very high chance that I make money on this property. But let's just say like 300,000, right? Now, let's say real estate appreciates on average 3 to 5%. Let's call it 4% a year. So if we increase 4% a year, this property should be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost 450,000 within 10 years, right? So I'm going to make about 150K over a 10-year period, just in terms of appreciation in this property, most likely, right? So you can do the math there, but 150 divided by 10 is going to be 15,000 a year in appreciation on average, right? So 15K a year just in appreciation on average over a 10-year period. Not only that, but I can charge roughly $2,300 a month for this property, right? And we multiply that times 12. We're going to have about almost 30,000 in cash flow. Now we're going to take 50% of this off, right? 50% of this off. So I'm still going to net about 14K in cash flow a year, right? So 14K. So basically over a 10-year period, I'm basically going to double my money in a property like this. And this is why real estate's valuable. Investing in real estate rental properties are valuable because, again, you're only going to keep about 50% of the income, but appreciation wise, and that doesn't even include as this property appreciates to 450,000, right? This is an aspect of it I didn't even mention. As this property appreciates to 450K, instead of asking for $2,300 a month, I'm going to be able to ask for $4,000 a month for this rental property. So my rental income is going to increase over time as well, earning me more than that number I just said, most likely. And so, of course, I could get stuck in downtrending real estate markets, but in general, if you pick the right spot in Texas, prices are going to go up over time, I bought cash, Oreo. Yeah, most people problem, again, Blaze, I talked about this earlier, but most people's problems when they're investing in anything is they simply do not have the discipline to leave it alone, right? Like the reason money managers are useful for most people is that if I invest 100K in stocks and index funds, let's say, and I have a really good year where I make 30, 40K, most people are going to be tempted to unload that whole position and lock in that 40, 30, or 40K, right? Make your little 30, 40% on it. The problem is that if you hold that long term, like over decades, you're going to earn thousands of percent over long periods of time in index funds. If you leave it in there for decades, thousands of percent. And so you can either get emotional and take a 30 or 40% profit, or you can earn thousands of percent and build generational wealth long term. The key is you can't freaking touch it. It goes up, it goes down. You can't freaking touch it. You have to leave it alone. And that's what most everyday people are not able to do. They're not able to just stop freaking messing with their portfolio. They want to play around and they want to buy individual stocks and they want to lock in profit, and all that's good and fine. But if you let it sit, you're going to earn so much more than that long term. So much more. In general, I can't guarantee anything. Not an investment professional. Don't copy me. But this is basically the blueprint for almost every value investor in the world. It's how they made their money. Because, over a 5-year period, the market can get volatile. It can have bear markets. It can have good trends, bad trends, and all that stuff. Over a long period of time, decades, it's almost certain to go up. Like 10% a year roughly. So you got to just be able to willing to hold. Like in theory, you should buy index funds and never sell. Build generational wealth with it. But that's a lot harder to do than to say. And in crypto, it's about accumulation, right? What most crypto experts will tell you is that it's about accumulation. You slowly buy a little bit every time you buy. You buy $2,000 worth here. You buy $5,000 worth here. You kind of DCA into it is what we mean by accumulate. Yes, John, makes sense in stocks, but we're talking crypto. Well, crypto's a different market, right? And I love crypto as well, but obviously the risks are higher in crypto. They're noticeably higher, but the potential reward outcome is way higher as well. If you look at the average percentage Bitcoin, let's see. So over 15 years, Bitcoin has had a compound annual growth rate of 104%. In 13 years, Bitcoin has roughly grown about 104% a year on average. If you take into account good years, bad years, roughly 104%. That is why Bitcoin, big risk, big reward. But there's also a chance it comes down. Again, I think with stuff like this, to be completely honest, if you want diversification is a powerful thing. So you could buy the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, gold, silver, real estate investment trust, real estate rental properties. And that's a pretty good diversified portfolio. Like, that's pretty likely to make money over time. You throw some bonds in there, it's even better. But with Bitcoin, if you isolate maybe 10% of your portfolio and give it to Bitcoin, right? You don't have to go all in. Again, if you want to be risk averse, you don't have to go all in. Just dedicate 10% of your portfolio to it. And again, if it was me, it would only be Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin has the capability of replacing everything else. Every other major coin like ETH, everything else. Bitcoin has the capability of replacing all of it. So if it was me, just Bitcoin. But, some people are obviously going to disagree with that, and that's okay. There's a giant head on your screen? Where? Do y'all see it? Who is that really handsome man on screen? I don't know who that is. Alright, guys. Yeah, 100% Blaze. Right, 100%. Accumulation's the key, I think. Is Tesla going down today? I have no freaking idea. And again, I wouldn't really ask that. So Lewis asks, is Tesla going down today? I think once you gain experience, brother, you realize what a silly question that is. Why is it a silly question? Because nobody freaking knows what direction Tesla is going to go today. Nobody does. Elon Musk doesn't know what Tesla's going to do today. Okay? Let alone John at Beginner Trading. And so it really is a question in which nobody freaking knows. You got a 50-50 chance of being right, though. So, and a lot of people are going to try to answer that for you to seem like an expert. And then when they're wrong, they're going to pretend they never said it. And if they're right, they're going to act like they made the greatest prediction of all time. Top 3 at least. But what you learn as you gain experience is that nobody freaking knows. We can only react to what the market does. Not really short term. Short term, incredibly unpredictable. Stocks, finance, NASDAQ, Dow futures, whatever you look at. Incredibly unpredictable short term. Long term, incredibly predictable. Incredibly predictable. Single biggest edge you have on any type of finance thing ever. Yeah, sometimes he does, but that's definitely not today. Not unless we have some big news that he knows about that we don't, you know. All right, so we got this bear flag here. So we do have like somewhat of a bear flag. If we draw it here, I think we got a couple levels we have to just watch. I think this level is really important right here. Like this level, it's kind of the major support level. We got the 200 EMA right above us that we're going to be paying attention to. And again, we're going to be day trading live, having some fun. We'll see if we get anything good today. All right, guys, so we're breaking down. We just hit that support level. So see, we drew the support level here. Look at that bounce. So look, we drew that support level, guys. I'm not going to say I'm in the top best support drawer predictor level in the world right now, but we bounced exactly off of that level. And this is what I'm saying. Listen, I'm definitely not a great, not the greatest of all time. Definitely top 3. But look at this level here, guys. Like, look at this level. Like, look at this. We literally got that level exactly right. Look at that bounce. We literally bounced directly off of that level. Like, down to the T, exactly where that level was. We caught it. So I will... It's like I could eat the charts. No, it would have been more fun. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I'm playing around. I'm really like a 12-year-old here right now. Don't judge me. Let me stop blocking the screen. All right. Listen, if you can't have fun and play around, what's life about here? You can't take yourself too seriously. That's what I learned. All right. Bro, we anticipate price, not react to it. Sure. But what I'm saying is that nobody knows if Tesla's going to be red or green today. Literally nobody does. We could look at support levels, and you could predict support levels like I did here, but really we're using historical confirmations and reacting to historical confirmations. That's fine. Like, trying to predict stuff like this is normal trading, but trying to predict whether Tesla is red or green on the day, nobody freaking knows. Nobody knows if the market... There's so much nuance that happens when trying to figure out where a stock's going to close. Like, if If the NASDAQ starts to rip up, Tesla might follow it. If the NASDAQ starts to rip down, Tesla might follow it. If Apple has good news, it might influence tech and cause it to drive up. If microchips have good or bad news, it can influence Tesla on any given day. And so trying to predict which way Tesla goes on any given day, short term, is just a gamble. Nobody freaking knows. Anybody that claims to know is probably a rookie. Or they're either a rookie or they just get really talked into stuff easily. Because the reality of it is, nobody freaking knows. Do you get excited for Christmas presents? No. I haven't gotten excited for Christmas. I get excited. I have children. I get excited to give my children presents now. And that's like the circle of life, right? Like, I haven't gotten excited for Christmas presents in a while. I'm not even trying to brag, but if I want something for myself, I'll just buy it. I get excited to give my kids gifts. I like seeing them their happiness. That's what makes me happy now. Yeah, hungry for trend lines, not wins. That's right. Yeah, Disney's been moving up some too. Yeah, for sure, tiny, 100%. Bitcoin completely flat on the day too, completely sideways. Alright, so now we're under that major support level. The question is, do we bounce right back up? Part of me wants to short this, to be honest, because we're getting so close to this level and we can get like a squeeze down once we break. But again, I really don't know. I'm gonna wait until the opening bell in 3.5 minutes. It's probably the right move. Yeah, Bitcoin sideways. It's not going to go up every day, though, so I'm okay with. Are you adopting, John? Nah, man. Alright, so we're breaking down here. Like I said, I would short once we broke under that support level. That's how you use support. If it doesn't hold, you kind of know at least some short-term direction influence. But yeah, super micro really weak on the day. Kind of crazy down. Sometimes I get more excited for my son's present than I help him open it. He hates it. Yeah, I get super excited to give it. It depends on how big of a surprise it is, to be honest. So if it's like a big surprise, that's fun. Like that's a lot of fun. Yeah, now we're kind of like we have this trend here. Immediately retrace back up, showing like we have this trend right now. It's not the perfect trend, really. It's actually kind of a flag. Let me get rid of this. When in doubt, you do have to zoom out. This trend line's obviously here, and I guess it's more so just like a flag, like a triangle pattern. Gotta move this down now to this. Yeah, now it's just a triangle-like pattern. Again, I'm just waiting here. Taking a trade right now is coin flip at best. It's right at the opening bell, so just be careful, guys. And again, if you haven't already checked out Topstep, we are day trading on Topstep's funded account program today. They give you a demo, test your skill with it. If you pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for it. In this case, it's 49 bucks for the base one. You can buy larger ones as well if you want to make more money, or potentially lose, a larger subscription. But most day traders lose, and so this is a good way to just limit that risk. There's no PDT in futures. You can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, gold, some currencies. Patterns are super similar to blue chip stock patterns. There's just no PDT rule, and you can use these funded account programs to limit your risk. If you fail, you only lose the monthly subscription, which in this case is $49 for the base one. If you pass it, you get a 50K funded account with a 90% split, which is similar to funding yourself anyway. And you can then make some money, withdraw, fund your own account. And if you lose, it's not the end of the world. It teaches you how to trade under pressure. And so if you want to check out the link, here it is. Great way to help support the channel. They are an affiliate of mine. I'm biased because I get paid by them. So of course I'm biased, but genuinely a good way to learn how to day trade. Remember though, I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. I do trade off stream. You're not going to see all my trades, all that good stuff. And here's the opening bell, guys. Ding, 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 ding. There's the opening bell. 9:30 just happened. The NASDAQ shooting up at the opening bell. This all is driven by NVIDIA here. So here's NVIDIA on the right side. NVIDIA at 147.50s. Yeah, Supermicro really just had a super weak month or two period where it's just fallen dramatically here. It's just down big. It's not good for them, of course. Look at NVIDIA and the NASDAQ run here, chat. Or look at the NASDAQ bounce. So there's the, I guess it's like a triangle breakout pattern. All right. What a big move here, guys. Wow. What a run. It's too close to the opening bell, though. We got to let some time play out first. So we asked people, what do you guys like more? Or bullish or bearish? 67% are bullish. I'm going to do a poll here. Do you like this new layout with floating head or old layout better? New or old? Vote on the poll. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, so NVIDIA is dumping down here. We got a big NASDAQ rip at the opening bell, but NVIDIA is falling down fast. Bro, people whine so much on YouTube. The music's wrong. The letters are worse. You know. Do you really like the old layout better? Really? Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry I got the floating head in the charts, but honestly, I have to, it doesn't block as much screen, and it allows me to have a bigger screen here, so you can kind of see it better. I didn't know. I mean, I can always go back to the old one. It's much less work. The old layout's much less work, to be honest. All right, so look at that. We bounced right at the bottom of that trend line. That's nice. I like the floating head. Then vote on the poll. Vote for the new layout or old layout. All right, again, Supermicro at 1870s here. Amazon up to 215s. Bitcoin's moving up to test the top of the range there. We'll see if it holds. NVIDIA bouncing back. Sweet spot between old and new. Look, I'm seeing the votes start to change, though. Again, if you like the new layout and want me to keep it, vote on the poll. If you like the old layout and want me to go back to StreamYard, vote on the poll. Let me know what you think. I'm indifferent. As long as we vibing, hey. All right, so we're 4 minutes into the opening bell. This song is too stressful. I gotta change it. It's just too much. Okay, I gotta change some of the songs, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta go back to some of this old music. This is just too much. Okay, yeah, we'll go back to this one. My friend bought 20 at 20 and sold them for a loss. Oof. That's tough. 25k average. Nice. This way does have its advantages. Maybe make your portrait a bit smaller. Yeah, I mean, I can make myself small here. It doesn't need to be anything. Right? Like, I can make myself literally right here. Talking in the corner, you know. The good thing about this is that it's a bigger stream, right? So like you can see the stuff much easier than the other one, which kind of restricts it. I'll get the stuff fixed at the bottom, but I'll probably keep the floating head, but I'll just keep myself small in the corner and just troll people if they come in. Alright, so a big rip up here. So again, look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's literally right at the previous closing price. Right there, at the previous closing price level. We'll see if it jumps, but we're literally right at the previous close. I'm going to start to take some positions here. I'm just waiting for the day to open some more. We're also going to get some custom fonts for this layout here too. I like OBS more, to be honest. I do. But... very choppy open. Alright, so there's the market starting to rip back up here. See, what the problem is we're testing the NASDAQ previous closing price, so we're right at that previous close level here. Yeah, the screen is clear on this one too. It's a little bit, this is 1080p, 4K in some ways. That's better. Yeah. Old layout was much better. Yeah, it's okay. We'll get it fixed up. I think you need to be bottom right. I think you're actually correct here, so I do need to be bottom right. Because that way I'm looking at the stock price. Alright. Got a little downwick. Look at the NASDAQ start to break over the previous close. NVIDIA looks like it's trying to break over the 200 EMA and the VWAP too. We're gonna sit and wait. Better with the small head, yeah. Or much better. Yeah, at least I'm looking at it now. I wanted to short, so we got 3 contracts here. I'm gonna lock this in some. Scalp that move. We caught the breakdown there. Nice. Big flush under the 200 EMA. Look at that breakdown here. Big gap fill. So we got some red pressure here. We're right at the VWAP though, right at that volume weighted average price level though. So we got a big upwick here. Slightly bullish on this, but if it breaks down into the VWAP, we could really dip. So we'll see which way we go. Yeah, maybe my bullish sentiment was wrong. I wasn't confident enough to take the position. Alright. Look at that breakdown here too. So this is definitely looking bearish. Right now is where we're going to figure out if we're bullish or bearish on the day. I'm going to buy this. This is where we're going to figure out whether we're choppy and we're going to move down. Alright, somehow we got the dip there and we made some money there. We're now green on this account of the day. That's nice. Ooh, just made another $130 on our other account that we were down on today too. We shorted this big candle wick, which I love doing, man. Honestly, that's one of my favorite strategies from now on. My favorite strategies. It's really hard to explain. It's a scalping strategy. You have to do it for scalping. So basically what happens is we get a candlestick. And again, this has worked so well. Like so surprisingly well. And it's a very quick strategy. So you have to be super quick scalping it. And so maybe like stocks, it could work really well in stocks futures maybe. But basically you have a big candle wick like this. Like a big candle wick like this. Basically what happens is you'll see the candle go. You'll see the candle form like this. And it'll you'll see the candle form down here, right? And then immediately it'll retrace up and then turn into a candle that looks like this. I short it when it's about right here, right? I short it when it's about right here. It has to be a big candle wick. Like really, it needs to be kind of like this, right? I short it and write it down about 50% of the candle and make money. It's super obscure. It honestly has been working like great for me, like genuinely well. And look at this big breakdown here too. So big pressure, big breakdown. Right, 100%. You need to catch it faster than that. Like it needs to be quick. Like this is a super quick scalping strategy. Amazon breaking down, Bitcoin breaking down, MicroStrategy breaking down. Apple is up. Apple's shooting up. Nvidia falling down, testing that previous closing price. Microsoft ripping up with it. So Apple, Microsoft moving up. Meta's sideways, choppy. Nvidia's down slightly. What's dragging the Nasdaq down? Amazon is dragging the Nasdaq down right now. John, can you show the candle on the chart? So it filled already. So again, the whole point is to attack a gap fill. It's before the candle closes. It's not afterwards, right? It's not when the candle looks like this after it's closed that we got a new candle here, right? I mean, you can use it like this, and I still do. I still attack half the candle. It mostly happens when we see this. So I've noticed a specific nuance, and I feel kind of nervous. It works so well, I genuinely feel nervous about telling people this. But what happens is like the candle's forming and it's moving, right? And the candle looks like this, right? The candle looks like this. And then immediately, it's not a new candle forming, but like immediately the candle retraces up and turns into this, right? Once it retraces up and turns into this, the likelihood that it's at least going to turn from that into something like this is super freaking high, like really, really high. Like it's going to go like that a lot of the time. And this, again, this is not a new candle. This is just this candle correcting back to the upside, right? Again, it happens very quickly. You have to be watching the charts closely, and it's a scalping strategy. I'm not recommending you do it anywhere. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. But for me, this works incredibly well. Yeah. So we were down like $250, $300 in our other account. We just brought that account to where we're only down about $100 now, and we're actually green on this account as well. So we're just sitting back waiting here. I see some bearish action coming in now. This is also a 1 minute chart. I'm not using it on anything besides a 1 minute chart. Amazon's what's dragging the market down right now, just to clarify, guys. Amazon's falling fast. Bitcoin's down. But this is Amazon specifically. Apple's actually green on the day. We got some other stocks that are slightly red, but I don't know what's going on with Apple. Let me see if there's some news. Disney says around 60% of all new subs in the US are purchasing the ad-supported service. So the Fed's barking, says the Fed is making great progress but needs to keep going. US weather forecaster CPC says that La Nina is most likely to emerge in October to December of 2024 and is expected to persist through January to March of 2025. There's Carol's normal call. Hello. Hey. Carol realizes the time. She knows I'm streaming, but she's look, Carol's a good wife, right? Like if she updates me on what she's doing throughout the day, right? We're married. Like that's how it goes. I made a deal with her yesterday. I was like, hey, if I go to jiu-jitsu twice, if I go to BJJ twice yesterday, I won't go today. Marriage is all about deals. I'm like, yo, if you let me go twice tonight, like to the morning and night class, I won't go at all tomorrow. And she's like, deal. It's like deal or no deal at my house. Bitcoin falling down here, looking weak. Is this the big day? Is this the start of a bigger correction here? Yeah, Disney had good earnings. They beat EPS, beat revenue. Bitcoin's pulling back with tech. Alright, so we got a big upwick. It happened a little bit too quickly now, though. There's an example of a little mini one where we were traced back down. We start to look like a doji, and then we pop right back up, but... The art of the deal, 100%. All my married people here know. They know. But yeah, we broke again, we broke 149,000 subscribers, so thanks so much, chat. I genuinely appreciate it. Alright, so we're gonna try it on this one here. We got this doji candle. It's not going to work every time, though, so just to clarify. And the candle just closed out. So we're going to take half off here. Take the rest off there and just lock it in. A little quick scalp. Again, you got to use it very quickly. And it didn't actually... It was too close to the candle closing for it to work. But it's all good. It's got to be a quick scalp. And again, the key is to catch it while the candle's still open. This might actually work still, too. Like, look. Look, big doji candle on the upside. Just get some really good, like, predictive short-term stuff. But again, I have no freaking idea whether it's going to work long term. Honestly, we got a big down wick and then a big up wick. So I think that's less predictable. I think when you got a bunch of long wick candles, it's certainly less predictable. But still, with that said, look, I should have held it longer too, because look, here's a big up wick. There's the fill. Ideally, though, it's going to happen in the same candlestick, right? So ideally, it's going to happen here, and the candle's not going to close, and then it's just going to retrace back up, and the candle's going to turn into something like this, you know, instead, right? I hope all that makes sense. It's really obscure and kind of nuanced and difficult to explain, but look, there's the positive action that we got. Occidental petroleum. Where's oil at? So oil's up a little bit today on PPI inflation data. Here's a big rebound back up. We're right at this historical support level here. This resistance level has done me really nice too. Look at that resistance level. Almost exactly. And again, hit the subscribe button. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. We always like try to do the right thing here and tell people that we're not experts. But I genuinely try to teach people what's actually working for me at any given moment and what's not. And that can change. That's subject to change week to week, day to day, really. But I try to genuinely be honest and tell people like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what's working. Even if I honestly felt nervous about telling people the doji strategy. All right, so I'm gonna buy this dip here. A little risky. We're gonna keep this with just 3 contracts. Oof, got really unlucky here with this one. I'm gonna start limiting some of the size because we get some of that doji fill strategy. Sometimes you buy it and you're like, why the heck did I buy this? It's all right. We're here to have fun anyway. That's a big candle though. That's a big drop. Wow, look at that. I don't know what's going on there. All right, I'm gonna buy this dip again. There we go. We doji back up there. All right, well, we just made a lot of that back. We're now green on the day again, but we're still just flushing a little bit too fast here. I'm gonna buy this dip. See if we can retrace back up. If we get a big breakdown at the low, though, it's not good, of course. All right, we're gonna take a piece off, lock it in, hold the rest for a larger gain if we can get it. Try to get back to the. There we go. All right, so again, nicely green on this one now. Here's a big candle wick here. I'm gonna short this. The candle changed too. Bad timing there. I'm gonna add to this here, try to take some risk, but we're betting on the cushion that we have, and if we end up losing here, it's all good. Like we're betting on the profit that we've already made on the day. All right, I'm gonna start limiting my size. There we go. There's the candle wick fill. Okay, we'll get out the rest right there. All right, cool. Nice little gain there. Here's the string of trades we've made over the last couple minutes, but we've been managing it well. See, here's another big downwick pressure, but I'm starting to get more skeptical of these, so I'm going to lower my size to just 2. There it was. So I don't know if you guys saw it. So in this instance, we were here, and we looked like this for a split second. And now look, we're kind of climbing back up. It doesn't mean it's going to hold. It's just it's a very small edge strategy, if that makes sense. All right, we're going to try it again. We're going to use 2 contracts now, though. Oh, dude, I didn't mean to sell the whole 2, so we just scalped a little bit more. Same thing here. Look, big candle wick, pressure. You use extension here as well, right? So we're using a couple different things. We're using the candle wick to give us the entry of the scalp. We're using bottom wick pressure from a closed candle signaling like potential upward movement. And we're using this extension on the downside to show us like, hey, we might be moving back up now, just based off of the extension. It's really difficult to gauge price action today, but we're green. We're nicely green. We'll take it. Let's see if we get some edge moving up. There we go. Nice. All right, so we just made a little bit on our other account as well. Thanks, we'll be online next time. Got another appointment now. Will be great being here, Kim. Hey, thanks, Kim. So we'll be online tomorrow. Tomorrow we have retail sales data at 8:30. So if you like it, if you want to listen to me cover economic reports, again, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I genuinely appreciate all the love and support. We got a ton of people here today, man. We had thousands of people here at 8:30 when PPI dropped. It's nice to have a couple big streams in a row. We had this 3-week period this month where we just had really quiet economic reports. We had like a period where we just didn't have anything going on. It was super boring, unfortunately, and I was just kind of trying to find something to do. It was just boring. But we finally got this big string of economic reports. We got Jerome Powell later on this morning, or later on this afternoon, that we're going to be streaming, of course. So we'll be back then. We got retail sales tomorrow. We've got Empire State Manufacturing tomorrow as well. Next week, we got NVIDIA earnings, which is kind of like the Super Bowl of stocks, on Wednesday. We got housing starts building permits on Tuesday. Yeah. This is kind of a weird month, too, where I don't know if it's the election or what. But, again, I don't know if it's the election or what, but, like, this month is strange. So I'm looking at, like, next week is pretty slow data, too. You know, we got, like, European CPI, Canadian CPI, building permits, housing starts. Wednesday, we got NVIDIA earnings. Thursday, we got Philly Fed jobless claims. All right, Friday, we got services and Michigan data. All right, and then next week, the week after that, I mean, we got city consumer confidence data. We got PCE data, GDP data, same day. Interesting Thursday. Wait, when is Thanksgiving? So November 28th is Thursday. Okay, that's what it is. Thursday. Is the market closed the Friday after Thanksgiving? Is the U.S. market closed the Friday after Thanksgiving? Yeah, again, I even told people earlier, like, you guys know me, I'm usually pretty bullish of a trader, right? I think in the next couple years, we might see a big correction. I hope it's not huge, but that's a little confirmation bias on my end, where I hope we don't crash big. But I do think, you know, we're gonna start looking like we might correct over the next few years, just because of how much we're up. Last 2 years, we're up 50% in stocks. S&P, NASDAQ up 50%. That's a crazy percentage. And I don't know if that's necessarily gonna hold. I think a lot of it's gonna hold. At least I hope a lot of it's gonna hold. But I do think it's possible we correct some. So, yeah. I do think it's possible we correct some. And honestly, we just got really choppy, like, flat market action. It's now 10 a.m. I don't think we have anything at 10 today, right? Yeah, we don't have that. We got Powell later, so. coming. Santa Claus rally. Yeah, maybe. All right, so here's a big red action breakdown. Nvidia is actually pushing up some, which is interesting too. All right, so look, here's a big up wick. All right, there's the downward move. I don't like how we retrace though, so I gotta be careful here. Yeah, it works most of the time though, but I got 3 options here. I could add to this, see if I can get a better fill. I guess I'll try to here. There we go. We're gonna immediately start covering this just in case we're wrong. But we're not wrong, at least not so far. 2 contracts left. We'll let this work. There we go. Alright, 1 contract left here. I don't know if I got a good fill there or not, but we salvaged the trade at the very least. There we go. Look, there's the fill at the gap. Alright, we're gonna get out there. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, is that like very short-term scalping action. You saw I tried to get that one in person. We saw the big up wick. Yeah, liquidity grab kind of thing. All right, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin technically red on the day now. And look, there's the gap filling. Nvidia's shooting up though. Look, Nvidia's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 9 green candles in a row here, chat. 9 green in a row. So, whew. And again, guys, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, check out Topstep, funded account program and futures. They give you a demo, test your skill with a demo first. If you pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for it. In this case, it's $50 for the base one. They got a lot of good packages. It's just a great way to learn. It's a perfect middle ground of pressure. Demo account, you have no pressure. You can average until your life's content. With this, you have some pressure. If you fail, you lose a little bit of money. It's not the extent of thousands of dollars that most day traders lose for their first few accounts, but it's something. And so you learn how to trade under pressure, although less pressure. And so it teaches you that, lets you slowly build into a live account. If you fail, you're only out $50. If you pass it, you get $50K in funding, 90% split, similar to funding yourself. Just a great way to learn. They're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. They pay me money. We'll be back later on today, guys, with Jerome Powell. We got Big Papa Jerome Powell coming through later on today. Guys, so we do have Jerome Powell coming out later on today. As always, guys, remember, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about everything I say. Do not copy me. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose money. Topstep and any other sponsor affiliates are sponsors and affiliates, and I'm biased, of course, in their favor. Can't guarantee anything. Good luck. Hopefully you guys are green like me. I'm green on the day. I'll take it. I'll take the green day. I love you all. You'll have a great day. Again, at 3 p.m. Eastern time today, Big Papa, the big man himself, Jerome Powell, speaks. I'll see you guys later. Y'all be good.